Niggas thinking I'm stressing. Is that even a question? Like I'm needing the blessings. I does my thing to perfection. I'ma leave you this message. Stop believing these exes. When they grieving, they reckless. Say anything for acceptance. I'm nothing like. I come to bite, speak with aggression. Leaving chalk on the streets is how they teaching the lesson. When I'm preaching the message, it's like I'm squeezing a weapon. Shooting boxes and shells like I got Adidas connection. This swagger, something like Mick Jagger. Quickly the zip tagger. When you that it factor, a big chip stacker. The reason these chicks matter. Type to send a vid of me fucking a chick better. I'm that petty, yeah I'm gas, I'm that Getty. I park the Benz up and walk up to the trap heavy. Ain't even gotta ask what's the count, they that ready. They said the D get all up under them, Pat Bevy. Like the ball, I bet on games by the quarter. When I the king, you might see a sign and say out of order. The watch that I rock got my whole face like my daughter's. Y'all mixy like them Yonker apartments by the water. I used to ride in the kitchen right by the stove. On the road, the richest when whipping that pot of gold. Used to grind on the benches, listen, a lot of hoes. Had to climb over fences, dipping with cops patrol. Ain't no dressing unless it's a lot of clothes. Bottles cold with hoes in the section. It's not a goal. We took the role of building a brand. We got it sold. Shop open till the cops watching. We got it closed. How you thinking I'm stressing? Is that even a question? Jimmy Conway with Pesci. Battles with coke like it's Pepsi. Fonzie was going through it. Rehab was becoming normal. Mafia fist. Pistol under this blazer. We formal. You can cook this pie in your crib. Shit like DiGiorno. I'm Ocean Drive. Cameras in the condo shooting a porno. This killer season like Cam at the table with Gordo. These Jordan number 6s ain't burgundy, these is Bordeaux. Big dog, King Corso, hit up his torso. Stomach shot, even shit bag him, or that's a lost soul. Richie Rich, I step in my crib and hit that vault close. I'm in the water where the sharks grow, we really talk though. I used to write in my staircase right by the piss. Watching ops like they quarterbacks, praying that I could blitz. If they stop me with a warrant, I pray they don't got my prints. Half the shit I say back in the day would've got me lynched. Making more deposits than withdrawals. I'm from where the witness gotta die in case they saw you. Pay a lawyer, public defenders, not who you talk to. From having dog food, now I might get a dub to walk through. It's real life. I used to ride in the kitchen right by the stove. On the road, the richest when whipping that pot of gold. Used to grind on the benches, listen, a lot of hoes. Had to climb over fences, dipping with cops patrol. Ain't no dressing unless it's a lot of clothes. Bottles cold with hoes in the section. It's not a goal. We took the role of building a brand. We got it sold. Shop open till the cops watching. We got it closed.
What's good? What's good? What's good, man? Oh boy. Eating a burger real quick. Excuse me, I don't normally eat these things, but hey, every now and then you gotta have a cheat day. You know? I want to talk about a current phenomenon that's going on in today's NBA. We're going to get to that later, you know. But what I want to talk about first, before I even get to that, salute everybody. You know, strangest thing happened to me prior to coming here to the U.S. The people in the airlines, they cracked the screen of my laptop. Okay, that's one thing. Then they stole the hard drive out my laptop. right? So now I got to see what's going on and see how could they give me a reward and compromise for that. Because if you're going to take something out of somebody's laptop, why the hell would you take out the memory, right? You leave the battery in there, but you don't take the memory. You take the memory out. Does that make any sense? Salute, y'all. Yes, Durant is playing the lead. No surprise there. Salute, G Money. Salute, Zach. Okay. Let me let that wash down a little bit. Okay. Now, I noticed one thing too. I don't watch this show too much. I'm not really into these guys. I do get segments from them every now and then, and that's Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. Now, you don't know if those guys are running the game on you, or they lying, or they telling the truth. One thing's for sure, though. Two things for certain. There is a little problem going on amongst those two. Now, when Skip first started that show, I'm pretty sure he had the thoughts of being Michael Jordan, and Shannon Sharpe was supposed to be the Scottie Pippen. But somewhere down the line, something happened. Something changed. And you know what changed? Shannon Sharpe didn't become Scottie Pippen. Shannon Sharpe became Kobe Bryant. And they became Shaq and Kobe Bryant. Now that's when you have a problem, because you have two guys that battling and jockeying for position. Now, Shannon Sharpe did start it out as a Skip Bayless, on my knees, listen to whatever you say. Even when he disagreed with Skip, no, it was to a point where that eventually he would come around and he will always follow protocol when it comes to debating Skip. But since this recent thing happened with the NFL player that almost died on the NFL field, so that shows you boxing and the NFL are two of the most extreme sports where you could lose your life. You know, so shout out to that brother for recovering. You know, hopefully the Buffalo Bills take it to the promised land and win the championship. You know, that'd be great honor for him if my Eagles don't win. But back to it. A lot of people got in their feelings over Skip's post. Me personally, I'm going to just get down to the nitty gritty of it. I wasn't offended by his post. Okay? I was not offended by Skip Bayless's post. To me, I think he was saying what a lot of other people were thinking, you know, but he just said it. But I think the timing was wrong. You know, if you're going to say that, then I guess wait till the situation cool down a little bit, because the guy did just get hurt. So it comes off as all this guy care about is the actual game itself. Now, so then you got a lot of people pretending to be woke, and then you got the fake anger, right? There's a lot of people that in today's media, social media, they pretend to be angry when they're really not. They're just going with it because it's trendy to be angry. And I think that's what happened to Skip Bayless. But meanwhile, Shannon Sharpe was offended by that to a point. He said, I can't even get my own monologue in without Skip Bayless interrupting. Go ahead, Skip. That clip I did see. And I will say this much. I think it's a matter of time before those guys probably split up and they find a replacement. Because Shannon Sharpe is getting big enough to the point that he could have his own TV show. Shannon Sharpe is getting big enough to the point that he don't need Skip and Skip don't need him. They could actually do two different shows. Shannon Sharpe has a personality. He has somewhat more likable personality than Skip Bayless. A lot of people like Shannon Sharpe. I haven't met too many people that say they dislike Shannon Sharpe, even though they think he's a yes massa man. He's still very funny and entertaining. He's like the drunk uncle at your barbecue. So a lot of people tend to still like the guy. To me, I think he could branch off, do an interview show, and just interview athletes and keep it sports related, and just go about that way. He got enough energy, enough personality to carry his own thing. You know what I'm saying? He got enough quarters in his pocket, to hold his own water. Stuffing your bridge under the water. He has enough personality to do that. You know what I'm saying? So he could definitely branch off and into doing something like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the main topic of what I want to talk about. I just wanted to get that out the way a little bit. So I guess there's trouble in paradise between those guys. But me personally, I could care less if they split up. But to me, Shannon Sharpe is starting to realize that, hey, I've been following Skip too much. You've been playing, the Django a little too long. It's time to break those shackles and be free. Now you realize that Skip don't really like you as much as you think he did. You know what I'm saying? But lesson learned for Shannon Sharpe. Now, I want to tell you this much. Today's NBA, the biggest thing I got, the biggest problem with today's NBA, I want to talk about that. And I want to talk about something that's changing. You're watching all these NBA games right now, right? They're going into high scoring. A lot of these NBA games end in like all-star game numbers. Imagine almost every regular season game is like 143, 135. All-star game ending results. That means scoring is going up. That means players are scoring a lot more points. Laura Markkanen had 49 points, I believe. Jalen Brunson had 38, almost close to 40 not too long ago. Everybody's getting theirs. Everybody's getting their points. Everybody's getting their numbers. And there's over, okay, I repeat, there is over 7 guys in the NBA averaging over 30-plus points. That's unheard of. That's unheard of in NBA history because guys don't normally do that. That's supposed to be something elite. Usually 2 or 3 guys are averaging 30 points. Sometimes really just one, and he's leading the league in scoring, right? He's the number one guy, the best scorer in the NBA. Now you can't tell the difference because everybody's getting theirs. Everybody getting their career numbers. Everybody getting buckets. Everybody doing their thing, right? Even role players that are borderline all-stars or one-year all-stars are pitting up a phenomenal thing, having career numbers. Guys are having career numbers right now playing basketball. Why is that? Because since 2005, the NBA changes rules. All right? Well, they've been changing rules, but 2005 was a remarkable year because a lot of players like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, even more, everybody's scoring went up because they changed the rules. Now they changed the rules this year, and it's benefiting guys to score even more and taking defense way out the equation. Defense really is just touching somebody and then get called for a foul. There's not really much things you could do to stop somebody from scoring. There's not really almost nothing you could do from stopping somebody from scoring. The least you could do is try to put a hand in somebody's face. Sometimes they call a foul on that. So there's really nothing you could do to defensively stop people these days. That's why guys, even role players, borderline all-stars, are having career numbers. Over 7 NBA players in today's league are averaging 30 plus, like 32.5, 34.3. You're right? Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is averaging 30 plus. Jason Tatum, Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell. Okay, Donovan Mitchell is viewed as a number 2. So for him to even do this is like, okay, are you trying to descend to being a number 1? But there's too many fake number 1s, too many fake superstars. That's just a start. Okay, then after that is number 8, which is LeBron James. LeBron James is averaging 29 point something, right? So it's only a matter of time before he gets to 30 plus points a game. He just got to play more games. Then you got Trae Young, John Morant, Jaylen Brown even. These guys are averaging almost 27, 29 points per game. Then you dip down lower. DeMar DeRozan, Kyrie Irving, Zion Williamson, Pascal Siakam, the Joker. That's 17 guys I just mentioned that's damn near averaging out of this world numbers. And you can see in the game that they're all getting all these ridiculous numbers. Guys, 21 rebounds. This other guy, 30 rebounds. This guy, 60, 21, and whatever. You see what Luka did. Then the other guy is like 50 and all this other stuff. is getting too out of hand to a point where everybody's scoring points. Everybody's getting buckets. Everybody's scoring points. And that goes to show you that the problem with today's NBA is all scoring. All right? So just imagine, this just proves even point more. Just imagine if everybody else was allowed to play in this playing field, this garden of scoring. Guys that love to score the basketball say, you can't stop me. Man, Michael Jordan would have a killing in this league. He would have a killing in today's league. Dominique Wilkins, Moses Malone. I could go down the gauntlet. All right? Bernard King. Carmelo Anthony could come back right now and drop 20 or 18 a game if he wanted to, if you give him the opportunity to do it. Right? Lakers, by the way, is getting DeMar DeRozan. I mean, not DeMar DeRozan, DeMarcus Cousins, I believe. They're training him out. Nets going to win the title? I don't know. I mean, that they're going to have to still be rolling towards the end of the season. Anything can happen. Injuries play a part. But that goes to show you right there. All right? That goes to show you right there that, guys in today's NBA are scoring way too much points. There's way too much scoring going on. Way too much. To a point that even if you find this a little entertaining because they're high-paced games, if somebody could do everything, then how special it is. If this guy can average 30, the next guy can average 30. Saying LeBron James is, look at his age, and he's averaging this. So what? There's like the 8 other guys that's averaging 30-plus points for the season that's doing just as well as he is, right? LeBron had a 40-plus point game. Well, then guess what? So does everybody else. You know, but you seem to only concentrate on LeBron James scoring points, but everybody else is doing the same shit he's doing. Some of it they're doing is better. This guy's out here scoring buckets, all right? If Kawhi Leonard played enough, he'd be on this list too because it's so easy for everybody to score. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out here putting up 30-plus points a game. So now all of a sudden he's supposed to be a top 5 player. There's a lot of suspect people on his list. Donovan Mitchell is suspect on his list. He's not a top 5 player. He's not a top 10 player. But yet his numbers is that of somebody that is a top 5 or a top 10 player. A lot of these guys are giving you misleading numbers. You're getting brainwashed, all right? Because these guys aren't as good as their numbers are indicating. Everybody is scoring all these points because of the rules. They've entered that new fast break rule. Now you can't even stop somebody from going on a fast break. I'm not saying that's a bad rule. Okay, so it's quite entertaining to see somebody get dunked on. But at the same time, there's no resistance for defense. There's absolutely no pull, no resistance for defense at all. You can literally do whatever the hell you want. Literally, whatever the hell you want. And there's nobody to stop you. Nobody. You know? All these guys in today's league are dropping buckets. You know, you're watching all these games. You're watching a team that is young, like the Pelicans, win games, right? Because it's so easy, because they get no pushback. They could be fool's gold because they're not getting no resistance. They got a lot of offensive weapons. And of course, those guys are going to score points in today's league when it's easier to do it. That's what you guys fail to realize. You know, Nets was on a winning game streak. I think it came to an end like with 12 or 13 games, something like that. So off the top of my dome a little bit. But all of these guys are having career numbers. This is one of the very standout seasons in NBA history because never in NBA history has so many guys had career numbers. Guys are averaging like 34.5, 33.2. You know, these are career numbers. This is like the best season you ever had. And it's not because of a parity thing. It's just because it's easy to score. And a perfect example of that, you got guys like Donovan Mitchell, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is a good player, but there's no way he should be averaging what he's averaging. He still should be on the come up if that was the case, because he's still offensively flawed. Zion Williamson is offensively flawed, but yet he's still getting career style numbers. Every day you see somebody dropping like 50 and 40. Klay Thompson just came back from injuries. All right. He had a 50-point game. Jordan Poole could go out here and get a 40-point game. Jordan Poole is not nowhere close to being a great top 10 NBA player or top 5. But yet he could get numbers like one. There are so many guys in today's league that is manipulating and taking advantage of the system. Everybody out here getting numbers. So before you sit there and say, oh, look what LeBron James is doing. He's killing it. Okay, he's killing it stat-wise, but this team not even winning, by the way. They're still not above 500 where they should be. But there's no way a guy playing with that much talent should be losing. I don't care what nobody said. If Kobe could lead Smush Parker, Kwame Brown, no offense to these guys, if he could lead them to the postseason every single year, why can't LeBron lead a bunch of role players to the postseason? Kobe played in the West too, when it was more deep, just as deep. It wasn't flip-flopping like it is now. But that's another topic for another day. But my point is, what I'm saying is, before you go and make excuses, LeBron need help. LeBron, how much help does a motherfucker need? Do he really need the whole NBA on his team for y'all to give him wins? He is playing on a team, rather it's the guys hurt or not. When they do play all together, they still underachieve and don't win as much games as they're supposed to. They should win 90% of their games where they all playing with each other. So if they're losing these games now, it wouldn't be no problem. Period. It wouldn't be much of a scratch. But the fact that they still fighting to get into the playoffs, fighting to get into the postseason, is embarrassing for a guy putting up those type of numbers that he's putting up. Now, if Michael Jordan was the same age as LeBron James, putting up those same type of numbers, not only would his team be in playoff contention, but you'd be saying he's one of the top players in the league still. When Jordan played on the Washington Wizards, he was only averaging 20 a game. That's not enough to say he's a top 5 or a top 10 player in the league. You could just sit there and say, man, look, sometimes certain nights he got it and he can play against the young folks. But a guy averaging 20 a game is realistically what a guy should be averaging his age. There's even getting people on the street here in Los Angeles think LeBron James is on something. And I say, no, he's not on nothing. He's not taking no performance-enhancing drugs. He's just lucky to be playing in today's league where everybody is getting numbers. That's all. I could go into the NBA and drop 30 with all this little resistance that nobody had. If I could shoot the ball, I could drop 30. I swear to God, I could drop 30 in today's NBA. All you have to do is, even if I'm undersized, just give me the ball and let me shoot wide open threes. Because that's what you're going to do anyway. You ain't going to touch me, right? I'll bomb threes all day long on these motherfuckers. Give me the rock. You can't touch me? You could let me shoot free threes? Man, please. It'd be just like shooting threes at the playground. Because that's all what it is. That's all what it is, man. Today's NBA is a joke from a competitive standpoint because everybody could get whatever the fuck they want. All this so-called talented players, we can't tell who's the real talented ones because their numbers are inflated. I can't tell none of these players who really the real deal or not, to be honest with you. Only time they could really get exposed is come playoff time. That's it. But when they get all these inflated numbers, it's hard to tell who's what. How can I tell if the Joker's the real deal when his numbers are inflated? How can I tell Kevin Durant, all these other guys? And I could go Kevin Durant based off the past. So I know he's a superstar because before this season and every other season he came before, he was always playing lights out, playing good. Yeah, he's different. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, am I really a believer in him? Are you really a believer in him? But the guy is like 4th on the scorers list for this season. I believe. All these guys getting career numbers. Watch the average NBA game. Guys are getting career stats. 40, 15, and 10. 35, 21, and 18. Like, what the fuck? These are all inflated numbers. Jordan's not even a main rebounder like that, but Jordan could get double digits in today's league. Jordan will average like 30, 10, and 9. Have games where he have like 16 assists because it's so easy to do stuff now. You hold on to the ball all day long. If you're a superstar, you're going to get assists by default. It's not like how it was before where guys actually had to play in the system and they had to actually earn something as common as an assist. Now guys could cheat rebounds. No, let me get that rebound, dog. I'm on your team. I'm going to hold on to this ball till they double team me a little bit. Then I'm eventually pass the ball out to you because that's going to be my assist anyway. You know, back in the assists used to be defined differently. Now they define what passing the ball is different now. You could pass the ball to somebody and they could take a couple steps, get into their own shot, and it still count as an assist for you, which is kind of corny. If you pass the ball to me and I don't immediately shoot it, all right, I take a couple of steps, I get into my own rhythm, that shouldn't be no assist for you. But, you know, now don't get me wrong. If you get into a whole 5-6 second, you know, sequence before you take your shot, that won't count as an assist, I believe. But if you pass me the ball and I'm allowed to take 1 to 2 steps just dribbling, and that's an assist. Assist used to be when you pass the ball. As soon as you pass the ball, that leads to a basket. You're allowed to take 1 step. All right. As soon as you catch the ball, you got to be in position to dunk, lay up, or shoot. Now in today's league, they manipulated assist because you could catch the ball and get into a rhythm a little bit, take a couple dribbles with the ball, and still count as assist. You shouldn't be able to put the ball down if the other player is going to get rewarded for the assist. You understand where I'm coming from? If you have to go into your own rhythm, it's not an assist no more. If you give me the ball and I'm dribbling I put the ball down on the ground and I'm dribbling for a couple of seconds, all right, that shouldn't be count as an assist, but they count some of these as assists. You know, it's just a way of manipulating stats. You don't even get that much rebounders in today's league because the ball hits the rim because they're shooting threes, so it bounces off the rim and it goes back to the guy that's playing defense on the perimeter. So he getting almost rebounds by default because guys are launching threes. So once the guy launches a three, 9 out of 10 times the ball is bouncing off the rim, and it's bouncing off the rim in non-rebounding territory, non-post-up territory. So therefore, bang, ball bounce off. You're the perimeter player. You catch the ball by default because it's coming to you. The minute you turn your back after you put the hand in the guy's face, you're getting an instant rebound. Rebounds and assists are now manipulated, and they don't tell the whole story. No form of stats in today's league tell the whole story because they're all manipulated. You guys don't even know the definition of what an assist was. Assist is passing the damn ball and leading to an immediate basket, meaning the ball is supposed to be going in the hoop as soon as you pass the ball to the guy. Then you get credit for the assist. If I'm running towards the basket, you pass me the ball, I do a layup, moving without the ball, that's an assist, right? But if I have to put the ball down on the ground after you throw the ball to me, that's not no fucking assist. I'm getting into my own shot. That's so stupid. You just find a way to manipulate the system. All these inflated numbers these guys are putting up. But you guys are falling for the okie doke, and you think all these big time numbers are impressive when everybody else is doing it. I just told you there's over 7 to 8 guys in today's league averaging over 30. And after LeBron James, who's averaging 29.01 or whatever, there's Trae Young, Ja Morant, Devin Booker, and Jaylen Brown, I believe, all averaging the same amount as LeBron. So they, in an instant, they could go up to 30 plus points and have a career season. Look at these numbers these guys are putting up. Luka's averaging like 34 or something, or shooting such and such from the field. These are career numbers. These are the best seasons of these guys' careers because they're all getting inflated numbers. How many games have Giannis had when he had quadruple double rebounds, 21 rebounds, 16 assists? He's not a playmaker like that. He's just getting no assists by default. You really think Giannis is a good playmaker? Giannis makes teammates better. Come on, man. Are you really going to believe that? Do you believe all these inflated numbers? These numbers are inflated. LeBron James not making his teammates better. He's just holding on to the ball long and accumulating a bunch of stats as he can, but they're inflated stats. They're numbers that don't lead to nothing. Now, I give him credit for having wins mostly, but in these recent few games. But his numbers are inflated. It's not the same thing as Michael Jordan playing for the Wizards. Jordan was only averaging 20. He wasn't setting the world on fire. But if Jordan was averaging what LeBron is averaging at that age, he should have been leading his team to the playoffs. If that was the case, I would suspect Michael Jordan, who's averaging, if he was averaging damn near close to 30 plus points a game, with all those double-digit assists and rebounds, you better lead your team to the postseason. Because if you're putting up those type of devastating, inflated numbers and you can't get your team wins, something's wrong. Something is wrong. And on top of that, you give me a chance to play with Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and solid role players, then the shooter had 32 points just a couple days ago. This guy was averaging 18, a Sixth Man of the Year candidate not too long ago. You act like these guys can't score. Thomas Bryant out here getting buckets, had 21. He get buckets just out of like that because it's so easy to score in today's league. You think Thomas Bryant is really that good or his numbers are just inflated? He's a solid role player, but he shouldn't be averaging or even coming close to what he's doing. Looney Walker, all these dudes, they're role players, but they put up numbers sometimes like they're superstars. It's because the game is rigged. The game is flawed. The game has problems. And the game has way too much inflated numbers. It's too easy. They changed one rule, and now guys are running crazy with it, and they're getting more numbers. No wonder why Luka, Giannis, and everybody else says it's more easy to score in the league than the Euro League. Because at least the Euro League give you some defensive rules, right? Even if you get 30 in the Euro League, you can still say, hey, I earned it, right? There's so much rule changes that help the offensive player today that is ridiculous. You can't even check the guy up when he's bringing the ball up. You guys don't know this type of stuff because you just watch the games for fun. You're not paying attention to all these damn rule changes that make the game easy for people. Of course, I'm going to have an easy time bringing the ball up the basket, taking some half-court three-point shot that nobody could even contest because you can't even check the guy as soon as he brings the ball inbound. That's so fucking corny. If you apply pressure sooner, remember back in the day, Magic Johnson used to get the ball, bring the ball from beginning to end, but he had his back turned. You know why he had his back turned? Because every time he dribbled that ball, he put that fucking ball down on the floor, there was a guy checking him. There was a guy on his back trying to take the ball. So he's a bigger man. He had to protect the basketball all the time. He had to bring the ball up the court while somebody was still guarding him, then set up a play for his teammates. It's not easy with somebody applying full court fucking pressure. Full court pressure. Somebody's fucking applying. Full court pressure, dog. All right? You can't even do that half court. They call a foul on you, you breeze it on the guy half court. Free throw. It's so easy to score a lot of points in here. Don't get shit twisted and act like, oh my God, he averaging 30. But guess what? The next guy is doing it too. If everybody here can average, just over 17 players in the NBA having career years. 17 of them. That's unheard of. Remember back in the day when guys used to actually have 30 plus points, lead the league in scoring. And the other guys would be like 28, 29. But it never was so consistently where everybody damn near going up to 17 players is almost averaging 30. That's ridiculous. That's flat out ridiculous. Damn near almost ridiculous, man. But you guys rock with that. And you sit there, get praised, and you praise guys like LeBron James for building up these dumb numbers that don't lead to nothing. If he gets these numbers, I suspect him to win. Period. I don't suspect somebody to be playing with the talent that he's playing with is good enough to win games. Don't tell me it's not. Because they still toe-to-toe with every team in the NBA capable of beating all of them. So why is your record the way it is? There's guys in the league that not playing with lesser talent than what LeBron playing with, and they still could get wins. Even my man Tony was like, yo, LeBron James overrated. You know, all this dude care about is getting some stats and numbers. That's why I say they're empty stats and they're stat padding. LeBron James don't even lead the game until he get double digits. You've seen what happened to him before. This guy got hurt in a basketball game before. Refused to leave the game because he didn't have double digits in points. He had to get those double digits. You know, because if he left that game and went to the locker room, he know he wasn't going to come back to play the game. He would have had single digits. So he wanted to protect his record and get double digits. That's a stat pattern. That's stat padding. Empty numbers is the quite opposite of that. You know, it's just numbers that have no impact on the game. You know, but it still pertains to stat padding because the whole time you're still looking for your numbers. You know, now I'm not saying there's not examples of other guys stat padding. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody in the history of the NBA has had a moment when they stat pad, but not consistent moments. The thing that bothers me about LeBron James is consistent moments of stat padding. It's constantly stat padding. If he did it one or two times, different. Excuse me. If he did it one or two times, no problem, right? But when he constantly flops, remember when he used to flop? He did that one or two times, I'd be like, fine. But if you continually do something, that's you. That's your attitude, right? How many times are you going to give somebody a pass for doing the same shit all the time? That's like you doing somebody dirty. You let them slide one time. They do you dirty again. You let them slide again, do you dirty again and again and again. That's their character. So at some point, you're going to be like, I had enough of you, man. You know, that's it. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You do it 3 times, then I'm just completely stupid. You know? But that's why I say this stuff is not impressive. You guys get all happy about guys scoring 40 points in the game when you could get Jalen Brunson out here doing the same shit. When you got fucking John Morant, you got Trae Young. All these guys could put up these crazy numbers. Laura Marketing, I think it was yesterday, or a couple hours ago, just put up 49. Laura Marketing. Okay, that dude ain't shit. He ain't no fucking top 10, top 5 player in the league. But he got 49 points, right? Because it's so easy to get it today. Fucking Dennis Schroeder could go out there and have a 50-point game. Jordan Poole could give you 50. All he got to do is just get hot, launch a couple threes. Nobody going to guard him anyway. Nobody going to stop him because you can't stop these players. They have a free pass to go out there and drop all these crazy numbers. So instead of getting fooled by and brainwashed by these guys putting up these inflated numbers, why won't you go by the end result? Are you winning or not? Because at least you can have something to bank on if you're dropping 30 a game and your team is winning. LeBron James dropping close to 30 a game and still can't get wins for the most part because he's worried about numbers. It's all about stat padding. If you don't think that's stat padding, something wrong with you. If Michael Jordan was averaging that and his team was losing, I would sit there and say, hey, those are empty numbers. And then I would have to look at how he's playing basketball. If he's playing basketball and all he's doing is just getting numbers or looking to get numbers, that's stat pad. Simple. Yeah, what else is new? What else is new? But people give a pass for that because you guys don't care about wins or loses. All you care about is individual player numbers. So if all you care about is individual player numbers, why are you singling out just LeBron James? Why are you slurping LeBron James where you got 16 other guys that do the same shit as LeBron James doing? Some of them are actually winning games. Everybody has inflated numbers. Everybody's putting up stats. Everybody got them. Stats is like stats in 2023 is like going to the bathroom and taking a shit. Everybody got one. Everybody could do it. You know? What's so special about that? You ain't doing nothing special. You're not setting the world on fire. You're not doing nothing great. You know? LeBron James breaks this Kareem record, so all of a sudden he's a better scorer than Kareem. They both stayed in the NBA way too long. They got left back, you know? And Kareem didn't really get left back, but he got 6 rings. You know, at least he could say, I won more times than I lost. You know, he just stayed in the NBA for money. You know, my man who watched Kareem play during that era as well, would tell you, hey, Kareem only stayed in the league because he needed some more money. You know, it was all about the bag for him because he already had everything you need. He had 6 championships, you know, but LeBron James is still playing catch up, you know. Yeah, but and all these dumb bullshit records that LeBron James got, it took him how long? How long did it take LeBron James to get these records? If Jordan was still playing basketball, Jordan was playing basketball as long as LeBron James was, being as dominant and being as efficient and being as effective on a basketball court with scoring, he would have been had that record way faster than LeBron James, if that was his common goal. Jordan is a 10-time scoring champ. Jordan is the greatest scorer in NBA history. There's no guy more devastating, more better, two-way basketball player than Michael Jordan. Period. I don't care what nobody said. That's my opinion, yeah, and I'm sticking to it. LeBron James barely played 82 games, and y'all sitting there act like the man is like, oh my God, he's a great scorer. So he surpassed him in scoring. That means he's a better scorer just for a record? Come on, man. That don't make no sense. Since when do we judge basketball players on record breaking? We have never done that in the history of basketball. It has never been done. Only sport that actually do that is baseball. Baseball, when you get home run records, that actually means something. You know, but basketball, no, it don't. Larry Bird is in everybody's top 10. Is he not? Larry Bird is in everybody's top 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but is Larry Bird top 10 scorers list? No. Top 10 assist list? No.
Some people got Larry Bird over LeBron.
Yes, and look, here's the funny part. Larry Bird is not in no all-time list numbers. He's not in top 5. He's not in top 10 in no category. But yet people still recognize him as one of the top 10 greatest basketball players of all time. Some had him at number 5 at some point.
Yeah, but you gotta realize, like, Jordan already caught onto it. He said now they're basing their arguments based on stats.
Yeah, records, all-time, I disagree, FYF. All-time scoring is not. But
I'm like, that is the case that Bill Russell's the greatest of all time.
Exactly. FYF said all-time scoring is the greatest accomplishment. No, it's not. It's a record. It can't
Kareem
even stay.
Got it. How come you're not saying Kareem is the GOAT?
Exactly. And guess what? It's
Kareem
a record.
Got 6 championships, 6 league MVPs.
Yep, Jay. It's a record, though. It's not an accomplishment. Period. It's not just something that you could stay with you forever. If I win a championship, you can't take that away from me. It's always going to stay with me. But if I break a record, somebody else could come along and break that. It's not an accomplishment. It's not something that you could hold on forever and keep. It's just a record. That's all it is.
It doesn't even matter. The fact is Jordan holds more records than LeBron, but a lot of these guys are such fanboys. They're going to look it up, man.
Yeah.
They're going to take their time to look it up.
Jay, here's the funny part. A lot of LeBron extremists, fanboys, they tell you that Kobe's a better scorer than LeBron James, right? So if you acknowledging Kobe's a better scorer than LeBron James, even though LeBron James broke Kobe's record on the all-time scorers list, that's you shot yourself in the foot because
that's just a red flag. He didn't even make it to a playing tournament with that super team that he was stacked up last season.
Yeah, but Jay, listen to my point though. You got LeBron fans already saying Kobe's a better scorer. So
I never seen it, Prince. I've never seen it.
No, they do say that. They will say LeBron is Kobe's the better scorer and LeBron James is the better all-around player. Now, if that is true, okay, let's just say it's true. If LeBron's the better scorer, then why are you admitting Kobe Bryant being the better scorer? But Kobe Bryant has less on that all-time scorers list than LeBron, right?
Yeah, so Kobe made to all 12, all the
but look,
all NBA.
Going by your logic, though, if breaking records means you're better than the next guy, why are these people admitting Kobe's a better scorer than LeBron if he hasn't broke LeBron's record? Because you're going by records. So you mean to tell me Karl Malone is better than Michael Jordan?
Hey, listen, Jerry West is 1-9 in the finals, right?
Yeah.
Is he 1-9 and he's one of the best players ever played the game? They should put him in.
Yeah, but look, Carmelo got a high time scoring record. Carmelo got waxed
But
by
he lost
Jordan
in the
twice.
finals twice with Chicago.
Yeah, and here's the funny part about it is he got that because of longevity. Longevity don't mean you're a better player neither.
How many 82 game season did Carmelo play if his longevity is so great?
No, but if Carmelo was so much of a better scorer than Mike, then he should have did that to Mike in the finals. He should have been the one hitting that last minute
Hey
shot.
Prince, look what Luka did. 60 and 20 rebounds and 10 assists. He made a historical record. They were making a big deal out of that.
Yeah, and here's the funny part.
60 to 20 rebounds.
You guys
and 10
are going
assists.
crazy. You going crazy over LeBron James getting all these.
They went crazy over Luka. They're going crazy.
Yeah, but Luka putting up better numbers than LeBron. There's over 16
well,
guys.
There's arguments for that. They're gonna say LeBron is old.
Yeah, but
he's old.
There's several guys in the league that's putting up these career numbers. This is one of a very unique season.
Giannis too.
Giannis too.
But they're gonna say LeBron's out of his prime. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah, but bro, there's like over 7 guys averaging 30 plus. I'm not saying exact 30 plus. 33, 34.
They're gonna say LeBron's age. That's why they're able to do it, because of LeBron's age. That's what they're gonna say.
Yeah. You know, it's just crazy, man. Record has never been an indication for saying somebody's better. If that was the case, we would have never said Jordan was the GOAT then.
Jordan brought up. I remember there's an interview. I don't know, a lot of depending which LeBron fan talked about. There's an interview when Jordan talked about this whole GOAT argument. He says we play in different eras and we never played against each other. So you were never going to know who's the greatest of all time. This is what Jordan said.
That's all opinion related. I don't mind somebody else saying something else. But my main point is, let's not move the goalposts and start acting like breaking a record was the number one.
Jordan did brought up Bill
for
Russell.
Somebody being better.
He brought up Bill Russell when he brought up this whole GOAT argument. Because Jordan said,
wait, hold on. Why is
Bill Russell?
Breaking records was all this good and stats, then why Wilt Chamberlain ain't considered the GOAT?
Because if it's championships, then it's Bill Russell.
Yeah,
Bill Russell lost one time in the finals.
I think y'all forget that.
What's up?
It was a period.
Go ahead, bro.
It was a period in time. It was a period in time, even with a 2-4 record in the NBA Finals.
That's a team record. That's a team accomplishment.
What I'm saying is, I'm saying even with the losing record in the finals, Wilt Chamberlain was considered the GOAT for about 20 years until Kareem took that mantle. And then Kareem had it for a number of years.
No, I kind of disagree with that, because my grandpa will always say Oscar.
But this is not.
Now,
His skills is not. This is not my opinion.
Matter of fact, even today, Lamar, even today, nobody picking Wilt Chamberlain over Bill Russell today. And
what I'm saying. I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about.
He's probably talking about that era.
I did a study on this.
Go ahead.
And
I'm sorry to interrupt you about it.
There was a consensus period for about 20 years where over 93% of basketball fans during that time felt Wilt was the GOAT. And then it shifted. And when Kareem took the mantle, Bill Russell had it for a period of time. And before Bill Russell had it, a lot of people don't know that Bob Pettit actually had it. And there was a study done on this. So Wilt did have that mantle. It was.
I didn't say Wilt didn't have that a little bit. I didn't say Wilt didn't have it. I'm just saying in general.
I looked at Wilt Chamberlain.
I'm just saying in general, he should have been considered that longer than, if that was the case.
But Wilt was usurped by Kareem, and I don't think a lot of people. Because I think the biggest question here, and I think when I looked at this
Lamont, there is some people that think Kareem is the GOAT. I always said
they got some data that Kareem's the GOAT. Yeah,
the study that I looked at.
I think that's more compatible.
No, the study that I looked at basically argued. They don't know when Jordan actually passed Kareem.
That's some people, yeah.
And so again, I mean, so it's all opinion. It's all opinion. Everybody uses different criteria to make
criteria. The right criteria.
But one of the things with LeBron is, I mean, that this record is individually not going to make him anybody's top 10. It's the combination of everything. This combination of the top 10 in assists and top 10 in scoring, and then the championships and the MVPs And and
that's the same argument made for Jordan, scoring titles, MVP,
yeah, but look, here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Lamont. At the end of the day, that's still not going to push the needle. You know what's going to push the needle. We both know what's going to push the needle.
Winning.
He got to win. He got to win. He got to win more. That's the only thing that's going to push the needle.
Yeah, 20 years in the league, LeBron still has no three-peats.
Yeah, he needs 6 at most.
I mean, and
I don't even know
the three-peats.
If it's about ultimate winning, then Bill Russell needs to be everybody's goal.
No, because Bill Russell's not from modern history. We're doing modern history.
But you can't count Bill Russell out of history, though. Jordan mentioned Bill Russell. Even Jordan mentioned Bill Russell.
And you can't.
How do we discount Bill Russell just because he played in that era? And he dominated.
That's Prince. He's right. Jordan never discredited Bill Russell.
I've seen the
interview.
Jordan said right.
He is right about Bill Russell, but Bill Russell is lacking one of the two main things: is individual dominance. He don't get that like LeBron or Jordan got.
Prince.
He don't get it.
Bill Russell dominated entire era defensively. Dominated.
He also had the rebound
to a certain extent, yes, to a certain extent, but
it was not a certain extent. He dominated it.
LeBron, he's not even the best player on his own team. You gotta have the best player. Nah, I disagree.
But Prince, here's the problem with that. During Bill Russell's time, MVPs were voted by the players. The players said he was the best.
Yeah, Bill Russell got 5 league MVPs.
The player, it wasn't the media. The players said he was the best, even though he wasn't scoring at 30 points a game like we want to see, because that's how the media has tricked us into thinking what a good basketball player is. The players said no.
And
that's the best
for
player
that record, but here's the thing though, it's still on the paper like that. He's still only averaged 16 a game.
Most fans who don't know this, who see what Bill Russell did, hold on, he won more.
Everybody knows Bill Russell was limited on the offensive end. He's a good defender, and just for that alone, you could still put him on the top 5, right? But
if he was just,
LeBron and Jordan are better basketball players than both.
If he was just a good defender, then how did the players in the league vote him the MVP? Did they just vote him the MVP?
He got 5
league MVP. You can still get MVP from defense.
Bill Russell got 5 MVPs.
You can still get MVP for your kid. What up?
Okay, tell me one player. Tell me one player since the modern era of basketball has started that got an MVP because of defense. Bill Russell's really the only player to win MVPs purely off of defensive dominance. That's something.
He didn't make it to
that's good.
Bill Russell
that's good.
I just said
that alone. Jordan. He dominated one aspect of the game, which is great. But you need both. I don't think he's better. I don't think he's better.
Two-way player consistently.
I don't even think
led to him getting 11 championships.
I don't even think Bill Russell's better than LeBron or Jordan. You know, some people got him in the top 5. I don't get Bill Russell in my top 5.
But see, I think people misconstrue the top 10 with the most talented or having the best career. See, because I think
Lamont, you are right about the career. Bill Russell got a great career. He probably got a better career.
If we made a top 10 off of just talent, if we just made a top 10 just pure
talent. You know what
Lamar
is saying, though?
Top 10 is going to be different.
But think about it. Even Jordan, and I know Lamar probably seen Jordan's interviews. Jordan refused to put himself over Bill Russell and all these guys. He refused to do it.
Yo, Kid Trunks, what up?
Jordan refused to do it. Every time he brings up the thing, Jordan's like, nah, I didn't go up against Bill Russell. These guys paved the way for me. He refused to put himself over these guys.
Okay, now is Hakeem in your profile pic? Is there a reason for this one?
Oh, no. Hakeem Olajuwon, one of my favorite players to watch the game, man.
I don't know what you kid.
Defensive player.
He's one of the most overrated players ever.
Who?
Ooh, wait. What did you just say, FY?
He's a great player, but he's one of the absolutely most overrated players.
Who, LeBron James? Yeah, you're right. You're right, Lamont. Yeah, you're right, Lamont. I agree with you on that one. I agree. Yeah.
He said, I agree.
It's just like, right now, the Lakers are torturing the Hawks, and now they're going to make.
I just don't know where the hype is coming from with Hakeem. He's a great individual player. He was a horrible teammate. Got bounced out of the playoffs, choked in the first round multiple times. I mean, outside of putting up a whole bunch of points and getting a whole bunch of blocks
and being one of the best defensive players to ever play in the game.
He was not. He was one of the best. He was one of the best.
Who better than him in defense, Lamont?
He was one of the best defensive players. He was one of the best defensive players of his era because of how big men could just sit at the rim with no defensive 3 seconds. but he was not one of the best defensive players of all time. Pippen's a better defender than me. Rodman's a better defender. Bill Russell's a better defender. There's a lot of guys who are more
Bill
versatile.
Russell didn't even win against the competition.
The numbers. Okay, I want you to explain this one stat.
Shaquille O'Neal, David Robinson.
Explain this one stat. Okay, you can pull this up on Synergy. I know a lot of people don't have Synergy. Outside of 10 feet from the rim, players scored on Olajuwon at a 68% field goal percentage. Please explain that. Outside of 10 feet, he could only rim protect. There was this misconception, this myth that he was this great defender outside of the post.
He's playing
defensive he got it twice. He was not the greatest.
No. I just want Kid Trunks. I just want Kid Trunks to explain that number because that number is a fact that you can't get away from.
So you going to take away his blocks?
I'm not taking nothing away. I'm not taking away the blocks. I'm asking you to explain why did players have almost a 70% field goal percentage against them outside of 10 feet? Just explain that to me, and then incorporate into why that makes him the greatest defensive player of all time.
Listen, Hakeem, back then centers were playing within a position. They didn't do this switching. You instantly guard a point guard, shooting guard, a player smaller than your position. If you playing against,
so you admit that he couldn't guard outside of 10 feet.
Well, if you want to be honest, yeah, a lot of centers don't do that. What centers do that?
Okay, so I can give you a.
They play within a position. They play against their competition. When they play against their competition, he dominated.
Let me ask you this question. So why outside of 10 feet did players only score on David Robinson at a 32% field goal percentage? So that don't matter with David Robinson?
Top 75 all the time. David Robinson, Hall of Famer.
We give Olajuwon all this stuff that I don't believe he truly actually was because of the myths and the narratives.
I mean, he was great. I'm not going to say he was the greatest defensive player.
I ain't say he was great. No, for me, he is.
For you?
He was a good defensive player within his era because the rules of that era permitted him to stand at the rim and block shots without.
So Lamont, question, Lamont, you always
I'm not gonna say that he's one of the greatest defenders of all time.
Just like, but Lamont, this is what you like to do,
right?
Scored
on at 70% outside of 10 feet. You're not a great defender.
Yeah, Robin. To me, I think Dennis Rodman, in my view, like one of.
Yeah, but I think Kid Trunks is saying that Hakeem don't even need to be a perimeter defender because he's a center, right? He's just playing.
But when we're talking about all time, when we talk about all time, you can't just dominate at the rim and then tell me he's one of the top 10 greatest defenders of all time. And the only thing he did was dominate blocking shots at the rim, which he was great at. I'll give him that. But outside of that,
you can single him out to post defenders then, right? I'm just saying. You can single it out to post defending. You don't have to sit there and say he's the best all-around defender.
No, by far he's one of the best post defenders of all time. I give him that because he's great when guys gave
the dream shake.
The only person that really could go one-on-one and score on him consistently are players like David Robinson, Shaq, Karl Malone, like the really good players. Those are the players that was just giving them 30.
But, he gave my man Patrick Ewing the business. I'm a Knicks fan, so you know.
I just think, and then when you look at this, all the criticisms that we give LeBron, look, you think about it, and all the criticism that LeBron gets is fair. But where's the criticism for Olajuwon for faking injuries, demanding trades because he didn't like his money? Like
everybody I have to say that a little bit differently though, because Hakeem is not looked in the same light as Michael Jordan or LeBron James is. There's different levels to this.
No, I understand.
You know what I'm
saying. I'm saying in today's game, right? If social media and cameras were on Olajuwon, he would be looked at a lot differently.
To social media.
Because Hakeem Olajuwon was looked at as a horrible teammate up before he became a Muslim. Vernon Maxwell even said this. He was a horrible teammate. He didn't just smack Vernon Maxwell. He was smacking other players up, all types of crazy stuff.
Now you change it.
He was way too aggressive.
Amazing.
But everybody compared the NBA too soft in this era.
Can y'all explain all these first round exits when he had 50 win teams? You getting bounced out in the first round, all these first round exits.
Lamont, you are right on that though. But Hakeem was never looked upon as like a top 5 best player of all time.
But a lot of people have Hakeem in the top 10 all time. A lot of people.
Yeah, top 10. You're right on that. You're right. The majority of people got him in the top 10.
Top 10. I don't have.
Hakeem is what,
10.
two-time champion?
15. No, top 11.
He's one of
Is
the
he
best
top 20?
defenders, not the
Yes.
greatest.
But is he
I mean,
top-
Shy, what up?
What's up, man?
Oh, what's up, man? Sorry. You
what's
can
the
jump
title
in
of the
anytime
video,
you want, brother.
No, I said, do you guys have Steph over Hakeem?
No.
Steph Curry? Some
Yeah.
got
No.
Steph Curry top 10 already. I seen that shit all over social media.
Oh yeah. I do. My
This
fault.
man have Steph Curry
I
top
do,
10
I do.
already, bro.
Yeah. He top 10.
I see
That's
so many
over.
fans got him top
Hey,
10
yo,
already.
Prince, I want him to win one more ring though, if you ask me. But Giannis might.
Okay, so Steph has to win 3 more rings than Hakeem.
No, I said one. No. FY. No. FY. I want.
Well,
No,
they already
FY. I
got-
already got him ahead of Hakeem.
A lot of fans already got Steph Curry top 10
been
after
had
his
him
world
ahead of-
championship.
I've
No,
been
I'm
had him
asking
ahead
you
of
guys on the
Hakeem.
panel. Do you guys have Hakeem or Steph all time? Who do you have higher?
I got
Steph.
Steph higher.
You got Steph higher? Oh, cool.
Is he top 10 for you?
Yes. Yeah, somewhere around that. Yeah.
My policy is that I don't like putting actively playing players in the top 10, or the only actively playing player that I allowed to crack my top 10 was LeBron, because he's played 20 years, he's done so much, he's just gonna be there no matter what we think or say. But Steph will be top 10 when he retires. The day he retires,
I think for everyone.
everybody's
Hard
gonna
for
have
me
to
because
FYF.
because
Lamar,
he basically got
I
carried
think
to
Steph.
two
I think
championships.
Steph will be locked in the top 10 for everybody if he wins one more championship.
A lot of fans already got him top 10.
I think
Some
he's
people
already
have
up
him.
there.
Some people have him in the top 10, but
Some
it's not a lock
some
yet.
got top 10
It's not a
already. I've
lock.
seen it.
Because I think two players that, because of
Well,
nostalgia,
Will, do you guys
people like
have
to have
Will or
in the top
Steph
10.
higher?
It's Bird and
Do you guys
Magic.
have Will
I
or
think Bird and
Steph?
Magic need to be round 11 and 15.
Do you
Yeah,
guys have
what-
Will or
what you
Steph?
Wilt Chamberlain or Steph? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Will Chamberlain and Steph.
Steph Curry.
Oh, you put Steph over Will Chamberlain?
Oh, Will. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm putting Steph over Wilt because of what he's done, his body of work.
Yeah, I'm not
Look
too
at
bad
Will's
at
body
this
of
stuff.
work too. He's basically
Will Chamberlain's
his
career
biography
was
is the record
insane.
book.
His
Wilt
resume
Chamberlain
is
is the
insane, bro.
encyclopedia of the NBA, basically.
Will Chamberlain's athleticism and the shit. I was looking at some of the stuff he was doing. That shit was insane.
Yeah.
With
Look,
his,
his records are never going to be touched too. That's another thing. It's hard for me to not put him in the top 10 when
Yeah.
he basically holds
But you
all
know
the
what?
records.
Will Chamberlain's insane.
And
I'm
you
not
think
so
some of
fast-
Steph Curry's
Hey,
records
Shaq
going to be touched?
Shacktown, here's a difference with me, though. I'm not so impressed by things that could be broken from you or taken away from you.
No, but you
Is it-
can't break.
But look at the
cannot-
era right
those-
now.
Those
No
records are
hand
never
checking.
getting broken.
Somebody
Either
could
the
break some of those
score-
records.
No, Wilt,
somebody could break some
no
of
one's
those.
breaking Wilt's record. No
ain't
one's
nobody
Which
breaking
ever-
one, okay, which one you think of Walt Chamberlain's records nobody could break?
Nobody's
Didn't they
ever.
Averaging
break
50
some
a
of
season.
Will Chamberlain's records I just saw recently? Not all of
Averaging
them. The
50
Suns
over a
records
season.
did got broke.
The what?
But no, Chi-Town, name me
Season.
one record that you think never gonna be broke.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to average 50 a game in a season.
Oh yeah, facts.
I don't know. I can't say ever. I can't. I have to be optimistic and
50?
say I can't. I can't say. Look. If a player is focused on that and the teammates is
Well,
around
probably
him,
the first I could think of is maybe LeBron.
It may
That's
ha-
the first
it
I
can-
can think of.
it
Dude,
can
we're
happen.
talking
Though.
about
LeBron
50
might go
points
for
per
it.
game.
It can
LeBron is
happen.
really going
50
in
points
for
per
the stats, man.
That's not happening. 50 points per game.
It can happen.
That's
It
not
can happen.
happening.
But I don't
Unless
think
they extend, unless
the
they
only
extend
way
it
it
to
will
like-
happen, Shaitan, the only way it will happen if everybody's in on it and they just let the guy stat pad. You just give
The
him
only
the
person
ball.
I could think of is LeBron doing that. Closest person I could think of. Probably.
No,
It's
because I
not
don't think
happening.
I don't even
Bro,
think LeBron
Even if
LeBron
you
can't do
wanted
that
to,
because
y'all know how hard it is to score 30 points in a game
Yeah.
without getting completely
Because
gassed.
I know him and
He's
Jordan.
40,
Jordan
he's
scored
40 years old, man.
per game
Yo.
against the Phoenix Suns in the finals.
LeBron can't do that
LeBron,
because he plays with other players that's not gonna just let him hold on to the ball and do that. And that'd be real hard. It'd be very obvious.
That's the
Yeah,
person I
you
could
know,
think
you
of.
know,
Is
it's on
one person I
twos.
think of is LeBron. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know.
you just saying that to be funny.
Who won the game tonight anyway?
Get
Lakers
just
lose.
like that. Get just he hold the ball, man. Come on.
LeBron, do you see anybody doing that? Can you see anybody doing that or no?
No, it's impossible. It's almost the way basketball is being played with too much ball movement. And,
Yeah, the way
with-
the game is
with-
played
with
now,
minute management, and players are, sometimes players having their contract 33, 35. I mean, it just ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, the way the game is played right now, the way the rules has changed, the way the game's played right now.
What about the 24 rebounds? Like, did he have like 22 rebounds a whole season or something?
Man,
Yeah,
yeah,
but you go back and watch some of them games and count the rebounds. I don't know if that stat keeping was that accurate because I went back and watched like 2 games and I counted and it is averaging 30 and 20. I'm like, man, I don't know if they was missing that many shots. The record keeping was highly suspect.
Here's another thing people forget: the pace was a lot higher. You have to account per pace.
The paces. You talking about now?
I'm talking about the pace of the game.
Pace in the 70s and 60s and 70s was extremely high. You're right about that.
A lot of people discount the 60s and 70s. The majority of the fans discount the 60s and 70s. They go from 80s, but it barely goes to the 80s. They go from 90s to 2000s.
Well, no, they don't.
The fans do discount that.
Modern NBA fans go from the 80s and up. That's what they do.
So, Prince, if you see the arguments, bro, they barely mention the 80s, bro.
They have to.
Prince,
because a lot of the times we talk about them.
The Hall of Famers in the 80s, was it plumbers?
Half of these players, Jay, half of the players we talk about came in the 80s anyway. If you talk about
Jordan,
Magic, you talk about Bird, Jordan,
Kid Trunks, you know what I'm talking about.
All these guys who drafted in the 80s anyway.
Now, like, calling all these players in the 80s plumbers, man.
Oh yeah, that's a fact though. Like a lot of them
plumbers or
in the
bums
90s, but a good amount of the players
compared to this era. I'm like, what?
So you telling me I could just pull up some random 80s players and you could really give me a breakdown of what they could do?
I'm talking about the fans. I'm not discrediting the 80s.
No, the fan base. Because you know this to be true. They're gonna do the same thing with LeBron. I don't want to see that.
And I've been seeing that a lot of arguments.
No, but Jay, starts from the. Trust me, Jay, it starts from the 80s and up. That's what.
No, I already know. Not me. I'm just saying that when you bring that up to the larger fan base, it's just like what?
Bro, when I hear the plumbers, that usually happens from Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain's era.
Yeah,
I don't hear that about
me.
I don't hear that about me.
I agree with Lamont on that. I never heard nobody say that too much. It's only really from the older days. Because if you ask a kid about the 50s, 60s, and 70s, they'd be like, man, them dudes are bums. I could go to the playground right now and dudes would say those guys are bums. But if it's the 80s and up, yo, Jordan, you got some kids that, yo, Jordan the man, you know, Magic, everybody still talk about them same dudes to this day.
Hey, yo, Prince.
We just got to do talking about them. Half of them were drafted in the 80s.
Yo,
go ahead, Kid Trump.
Go ahead, Kid Trump.
I remember there's a guy that was over here like 2-3 years ago. His name was Big Money, fat dude. You know what I'm talking about?
He was on here live?
Yeah, he was a Clippers fan.
Oh, the Clippers got cooked, man. Oh my God.
I
turned the game off.
But he's not big. You're not talking about Hoop Facts, are you?
Got cooked.
No.
You know who Hoop Facts is, right?
Brown, light-skinned. He from New York.
Talking about Hoop Facts.
You probably talking about Hoop Facts, man. That's my boy from New York.
Oh, Hoop Facts. Where he at, man? Damn.
He was here. He was just here like a couple weeks ago. I chatted up with him. I got his phone number. I mean, we both from New York, man. So it's, that's all from the block.
Well, speaking of Clippers, you saw the Clippers game, Prince? God damn. Kawhi sat down in the first quarter, but he didn't come back, bro.
What happened?
Yo, I looked down. I was like, hold on. He's not coming back in the game. They're getting their asses killed, bro.
Playing, man.
They got beat by Minnesota?
God damn, they were getting blown by close to 50? I turned off the damn TV.
Yeah, let me shot this while y'all
that's
think. Yo, do y'all think that whole?
Come on, kids. Did you see the game,
Jay.
bro? Did you see the game?
Yo, do you guys think that whole Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless thing is a facade or it's real?
No, it's real. It's real. Skip Bayless taking it personal.
People want to
know. He's sick,
man. Hey, Prince, what are we doing? We talking about Skip and Shannon, ain't we?
Yes.
Drama, and it's really us as YouTubers that help keep them afloat. Because the more we talk about it, we keep their name popping in SEO and on YouTube. So the thing is, they got everybody talking about their relationship now. So now people are gonna be tuning in just to see if they beefing again. This is the play, right? They trick me. Look, I found myself tuning in. What's Shannon gonna say when he come back after this tweet?
I've been started watching that shit. I saw that shit pop all over social media.
Disrespectful though, man. That tweet he had about the player who collapsed.
Skip
on the
Bayless
field.
don't give a shit.
I didn't think it was
He didn't
disrespectful,
back down
but
at all.
you can,
I
Me
think the
personally-
timing of when he posted it was. I
Yeah,
think it was
yeah,
just timing.
Skip
I
Bayless
agree,
got no
but
remorse, man.
It just seemed like he had no value to
From the Tom
player's
Brady
life.
thing,
He was
better
just
than you.
he was just
You
another, because you got a
jealous.
lot of fans who are out there, you know.
Yo, I
look at
gotta
these-
admit this though. I wasn't seriously offended by Skip's tweet. I was wondering why everybody else was getting so offended by it.
That's what I
People
meant.
were saying
I said,
that he's more
people made it
concerned
seem
about the
like
game than
people
he
made it
is.
seem like he said bump him being injured, play the game. Like they tried to make it
Because
seem
the
like
brother could have died if Skip Bayless took it too far, and they wanted to get.
No,
And
people's
it
problem was
seemed
that
like-
Skip
it seemed
was more
like-
worried about. People's issue with Skip was more worried about the game than the player's health.
no. But see, what people are taking out of context is that same night, Skip had made like 9 tweets. That was
Yeah,
like
no,
that
no,
was
yeah, I
like the
agree with
seventh.
that. I
That was
think-
like the 7th tweet.
9 tweets.
Like,
Mm.
He had made
I think the
like
timing
8
of the
tweets
tweet-
prior in support of Hamlin, talking about
We're in
man,
the Twitter war,
praying for him.
man.
And then that 7th tweet hits, and he says XYZ about the game, about what is the NFL going to do. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, his statement was facts. This game not being played is going to cause some major confusion.
And they canceled the game altogether.
Like, at the end of the day, the fans is going to, like, whether you want to talk about it then or now, that's going to become an issue. Some team is going to be pissed off at the end of the day.
They play
because
mad
this game
money
wasn't
tickets.
Well, they're already saying that they're not gonna. The AFC Championship is gonna be neutral. It's gonna be like how it was in the bubble, basically.
Yeah. But you guys made it seem like he said something racist. When I first heard it, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't see nothing crazy about this. I was like, that's why I didn't even make no video on it. 'Cause I was like,
biggest KD. KD doesn't even like his ass.
what? So
KD be calling his ass on Twitter.
he just saying what we all was going to say anyway. Because after the smoke,
Yeah, like I
cleared,
said,
we
it was the
we was
timing
going
of
to
when
say
he said it. People have a problem with.
probably the time.
Matt Barnes, mad people cursed him out on Twitter. I saw that shit.
That's because they don't like that.
Everyone wants him to get fired. Even Jay Williams was calling him out. Everyone wants him.
Mad people. Matt Barnes cursed him out, bro, on Twitter, man.
Yo, but if this is the end of those two, Shannon Sharp is a big enough personality. He could hold his own.
No, he can't.
Yeah,
bro.
He
He told Shannon Sharp, put your glasses back on.
I agree.
He said, put your glasses back
Sports,
on.
I agree. Prince, I agree. Prince.
He disrespected
I agree,
Shannon Sharp
Prince.
television. Shannon Sharp.
Most of us like Shannon better than Skip anyway. He's his own personality. He can have his own show.
He does have his
He
own
already
show.
has
Club
his own show.
Station.
He already got
Wait,
a
he
million.
does?
He got $1 million right now. He got $1 million. Yeah.
He got his own show?
Yeah, he does.
He has a YouTube. He has a YouTube.
Club
Yeah, he got a
Station.
YouTube channel.
That's what the show's called.
He interviewed.
He get everybody
Deion
on.
Sanders. He
Rappers,
interviewed
Bro,
rapper.
y'all think this is real? Y'all
athlete.
getting played, man. This is not real.
You
Well,
think
then
this is
why didn't Shannon Sharp?
All
Bro,
I'm gonna
they
say,
probably in
Prince,
dinner.
he's one of those
They probably
Shannon
in
Sharp
dinner
because he
right
had
now
all this
somewhere
energy
eating
against the black
$500
folks.
steaks, man.
But when it comes to the
Yeah.
black counterparts, he doesn't
Hey,
have
Prince
the same
Sports. Hey,
energy.
LeBron probably right.
Somebody gonna bust Will Smith
Yo,
in the
check
head
this out.
Bro, this is entertainment TV, man.
We don't got the same energy.
Yo, Lamar is probably right though. They're probably at dinner eating a steak. We got these fools. You know what I mean? They're gonna
Hey,
be
Prince
tuning
Sports.
in.
Hey, Prince Sports. Hey, I don't got no problem with it, man. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it, man. Making money, make the money. Making money out the controversy, you know. I got no problem with that no more, man. Fake it till you make it now, man. That's how they doing it now.
Now, I know
get
now,
it.
that Tom Brady.
that's
took
not
that
That's a
shit
new
personal.
that's a new generation thing, man. I don't
That's
know.
The Tom Brady
That's not
argument,
fake.
Skip, they took that shit personal, man.
What
They
you
went
mean,
at
man?
it.
Fake it. You
Because
just
they
said,
went at it.
entertainment.
Hold on,
Entertainment.
first of
Fake it
all,
till you make it. What you mean?
It's not. They already
I
made
be
it.
doing that right now. If I knew you could do that, I'd do it right now. I
Yo,
would've been
Prince,
done
though,
that.
with that Tom Brady joint, man, that shit was laughable, man.
Bro, they
The
be
Bills
scripting
went off
stuff, man.
on
They
him.
be reeling us in. Because look, when we talk about Undisputed, guess what show we not talking about? That other show on ESPN.
Right.
That got boring now
Nobody
all of a
wants
sudden.
those shows, man. Come on. Everybody watch Undisputed. FYI.
That's why I just said Shannon Sharp is he that dude, man. He started out as like a guy that was supposed to be second to Skip, but now it's like a Kobe and Shaq thing because Shannon Sharp could hold his own. I mean, he's funny. He's like the drunk uncle at your barbecue. Who don't want to talk to that dude? You know what I'm saying? He's funny.
Let's
I
see how
get
long it's
Tony
gonna
Fun.
last. Let's see after this contract. If
Funny
he's
thing
gonna
is, Shannon
break
Sharp
past with
was at this
Skip Bayless.
Laker game.
You know what's gonna happen after this contract? They
What?
both gonna get a humongous raise.
Probably right. He's probably right on that.
Like, money makes people get along, bro. Even if they did have a real beef, money makes people get along.
That's right. Winning too, especially in sports. You could have two teammates beefing. As long as they winning, that covers it up.
You ain't lying.
But so basically, Prince, he's trying to say it's looking like WWE, right? That's what he's trying to say, right?
That's why I can't tell the difference if it's fake or not. That's why I was just saying. I don't know if it's real or not.
Bro,
Smack it with
you
a
just
chair.
gotta know.
It's still real to me, damn it.
They drama sales, man. And they pushing the drama. They came back the next day when he missed the show, and they came back and started to show off talking about the drama.
Right.
Right, man. They've been reeling
Yeah,
this in,
but he
man.
kind of
That's why I said, Lamont. That's why I said, fake it till you make it.
He told
That's what
Skip
I
Bayless
said,
to take that shit down. Skip Bayless went, no, I'm not gonna take it down. I did
Yeah,
not.
that's and that's because we from the TV, we thinking these two about to get up and start fighting. We just all eyes watching. We gonna
Sham Sharp
replay
being a
it.
70-year-old man. Skip Bayless like
Yeah.
70 years old.
Yeah.
Hey, Skip Bayless be in the gym. You seen him working out. He be hitting that 325 on the bench press.
But yo, Kid Trunks, you wanted to talk to Hoop Facts or something? I could get him on here certain times when I
Kid
go
Trust with a
on.
challenge, man.
Oh,
Nah,
Prince,
chill. I just want to go over here because the Clippers his favorite team. Come over here, get this smoke.
Prince,
Stop
somebody
hiding.
on my channel
Truth.
called you out for the head debate.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. The Clippers got
Wait,
caught.
who? Wait, hold. Say that again, Lamont.
Man, hey, one of my top contenders in the debate circuit, man, called you out for the head-to-head debate.
Well, what's his name?
Kobe versus LeBron.
So that's his name, Kobe versus LeBron.
No. That's what he wants to debate. That's the topic.
Oh.
Oh,
His name is
Prince, you
Shaq.
must got smoke, Prince.
Hey, bring him through, man. Bring him through here. You know.
We have debate nights, man. You got to come pull up on debate night, man.
All right. So where's this going down though? Where
Oh
you
no. Hey, Lamont, I know what you're gonna try to do, bro. Go
What
ahead.
am I
Prince.
trying to do?
Huh?
What you mean?
Wait, go
This is
ahead,
regular
Kid Trunks.
debate.
All right, let me Prince. This is what he do, right?
What?
And I don't blame you, Lamont. Do what you gotta do. Make that bread, bro. I ain't gonna hate on nobody no more. Listen,
Hold on, I gotta hear this.
Listen.
Go ahead. I wanna hear
Because
this.
your fan base, right? And it's not your fault. That's just your rhetoric. They have a inner hatred to Michael Jordan. They despise
true.
him. And then no. I'm not finished. They
I
mostly
don't know
support
too many people in
LeBron
the world
loves
that hate
Jordan. I
Michael
don't know why
Jordan.
they hate
That's
Jordan.
great.
And when Prince go to your channel, you're gonna have a voting poll, and it's gonna be a 100% bias. It's gonna say Prince lost
Okay,
and
Trunks.
Kobe.
Okay, so hold on.
That what they
Kid
gonna
Trunks,
do?
How you gonna hate on
They
LeBron?
gonna try to embarrass
Wait,
you,
hold
Prince.
on.
No,
Kid
Prince,
Trunks, I didn't know that much people hate Michael Jordan then.
Prince, to
In the
debunk that
internet,
very
on the
quickly.
internet.
To debunk that very quickly, we literally just had last week, we had a debate with Jordan and LeBron.
Right.
And the guy that was debating for LeBron didn't hit his points hard enough. Guess who won the debate? The guy that was pushing for Jordan. We don't care about that. If you go up here and you say some stuff and you can't prove your point and you making the Jordan fans look bad, or you making the LeBron fans look bad because they're not gonna vote for you. That's just how it is. We just had multiple debates like that.
But
We had
I'm
another dude who lost
surprised.
the debate.
I'm surprised about what Kid Trunks say though, because I can't find a big audience that don't like Michael
No.
Jordan.
No,
I mean, the
Prince,
internet.
That's Kid Trunks being scared to
internet,
debate himself over there. He's just making up an excuse, so he don't have
No,
to.
I ain't making no excuse. I'm being honest. Don't get me wrong, Lamont. I will admit.
So he has a built-in excuse to not
I ain't gonna
debate.
debate nobody. I ain't gonna debate nobody.
And you know what? Prince can throw any debate topic out there that he wants. If he wants to change the topic, it don't even have to be anything with Jordan or LeBron.
Right.
He could go from
They
Will
can go Giannis KD. They can go Giannis KD. They can do
Yeah,
whatever
that's
they
a
want.
good. That's looking
No,
crazy.
that's a good
right
debate.
now.
You should do that, Prince. I don't know who
We
you gonna
just
pick,
did T-Mac Paul George the other day.
Oh, T-Mac and Paul George. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait, who won the majority of that though? Did
The T-Mac one. T-Mac one.
T-Mac?
The guy that was pushing for T-Mac won the debate.
Wow. Yeah, T-Mac was a beast. Tracy McGrady was
I don't agree with it, but he has some good points.
I don't agree with that.
He won the
know
debate.
about that. Paul George a better defender than T-Mac ever was.
I know, but see, look, Prince, the greatest thing about the debates is it's not about what we feel. It's about if they out debate the other person.
Yeah, it's about
The
that.
other
Yeah, that's
person
what
don't come with
it's
all
like.
the
It's like
facts.
politics. Republican,
Yeah.
Democrat go on stage.
The other
got-
person has to come with the
Basically,
facts.
Lamont, basically, you saying it's like a versus. It don't matter who got the better songs. It just matter who got the better performance.
Come on, Prince.
Yeah,
It's
to
like
perform.
Trump
Hey,
and
look,
Hillary on stage.
We got a
man.
rank. We got a ranking out right now. We got a top 10 over there in debaters. And so what we're gonna do is the top 8 debaters. So check this out.
shit.
Prince.
Well, at least
The
he's living
top-
up to his name, though. You said sports debates. At least he's living up to it.
Hey, the top 8. This is what we're gonna be doing, Prince. This is why you want to be a part of it. The top 8 Super Bowl on Super Bowl Sunday. We're gonna
Right.
have a debate off, and
Yeah.
with the Elite 8, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to the last 2, the champion is gonna get a grand prize. We've already got 2 people donate $200 to the pool. I'm trying to get the pool up to the winning pool up to about $1,000 plus like another prize, like a PS5 or something. So I'm trying to get all of that in the pool for the overall winner on Super Bowl Sunday. So
That's what's
you
up.
got to go over there and debate to get into the top 10, and you got to get into that
Oh,
top 8.
Prince.
Yo,
And
that-
I know Prince
yo,
got
that-
his Eagles
gotta-
ready.
I
I know
gotta-
Prince got his
I
Eagles
gotta give
ready.
him props. Hold on, I gotta give him props on that though. That's ill. You give them an award. It's different debates. It's not like tuning into Undisputed when it's the same
Prince.
guys debating. That's
Check
ill.
this
That's
out,
a good
Prince.
idea.
For the final debate, for the when we get to the last 2 people,
Yeah.
the
Oh, it's
person
just
that
like a
donates.
wait. Is this like a tournament? You got to keep on debating.
Well, no. So right now, to stay in the rankings, you got to
Right.
call people out for debates, and you got to say, okay, on debate Tuesday or debate Wednesday, I'm hopping in on these debates, man. I'm not gonna sit idle, because if you sit idle, you can fall out the rankings. You can't
Right,
just
right.
be in the top 8 and not debate. So what we're gonna do? So what we're gonna do is when it gets down to the last 2 people on Super Bowl Sunday,
Right.
the person that donates the most money towards the prize pool gets to choose the debate topic, and they choose what side you pick. So you might be a LeBron fan,
Right.
and he might give you Jordan. You might have to explain why Jordan is the GOAT as a LeBron fan, and they might hit you with the okie doke. So he gonna really test your debate skills.
Mm.
So it's gonna be
That-
crazy.
That sounds ill. Yo, Kid Trunks, have you did one yet?
No, I
Hell
can't trust
no.
ready.
He
He
said,
ain't ready.
"Hell no." I guess when you accusing Lamont of this bait and switch, I guess you don't want to be on it then.
Nah, man.
Good jokes. I got-
Hey, no,
I got some-
Lamont, no,
I got some
Lamont.
for
I
you.
ain't hating Lamont. I'm not hating though. I'm not hating though. Salute. What you got on your channel is a good thing, man. So Prince, go ahead and take the challenge, man. You get a free PS5. You get I don't know $600 somewhat.
I mean,
Man.
he got a long road. He got
I
a
do
long
it even
road.
if
To
I
get,
lose. I do it. I do it even if I lose.
he got a long road to get there.
Mm.
Go ahead, Prince. But don't not do the Michael Jordan versus LeBron debate. Just don't do that debate.
Yeah,
Any
I-
other debate?
I'm
You
not gonna
got
lie.
it.
I
You
hate
got
doing
it.
the LeBron, Kobe, and MJ. Like I don't get into those debates because it's
Bro, don't
just
get in
one
that
side- it's
debate
just
either.
all, like,
Prince, do not
fan-
do it.
fanboy
Just
talk.
do the
I don't
KD
mind the LeBron versus
Giannis,
Kobe, because I don't
The
believe
LeBron versus
Kobe
Kobe's LeBron versus Kobe is always a real good one because they played in the same era for the most part. They played against each other for multiple years. So that's a little more, you know what I'm saying, more fun than one to do.
That's
I
based
thought
on,
that
like,
was more
basically
fun.
their fans. Kobe
I think
fans
we did
know
LeBron. We did LeBron
fans
Kobe
know
already.
LeBron.
You know, the most interesting one we got coming up. Some of y'all know Mahari Sports Nation. He's gonna be debating Draymond Green versus Magic Johnson.
Cool.
But yeah,
Wait, what?
wait, what?
Say what? I just kicked back. I'm just what the fuck? I just want to go heat up some food. I'm like,
Now
oh,
look, check this out.
Draymond
It sounds
Green.
crazy. It sounds crazy, but if the person defending Magic don't come with the facts, he gonna lose.
That's nuts. I can't see how he can't come up with. I can't see how nobody can't come up with facts to why Magic Johnson is better than Draymond Green. If you can't do that,
I'm joking
if
over
you
it now,
can't do
bro.
that, you got problems. If anybody
I'll see.
can't do that, they got
Yo,
don't debate
Chris,
that
that shit is
crazy.
hilarious. Draymond Green, you know his ego's through the roof now, being a 4-time champion.
I've seen
Yo.
all types of craziness in the debates. I
Yo,
saw
that's
Go
like
Mike
me.
in some debates.
Yo, that's like me debating Steve Kerr is better than Steph Curry. You know, dog.
Hey, but look,
Well, but you gotta prove
ace
your
up your
point
sleeve.
though. You gotta prove
You
your
got an
point
ace
though.
up your sleeve. You might have an ace up your sleeve that ain't nobody knowing about.
I don't know how much. I don't know how much.
But
aces you can
Draymond
have
Green,
for
Prince,
Steph.
is us. For Draymond Green versus Magic, this is hilarious, man.
He don't got nothing to ammo. I don't even think if I wanted to make him win the debate. I don't know
Look,
how you would
but
do
Prince,
that.
by Mahari taking such a hard topic, if he wins,
Yeah.
he's automatically the number one contender. You win that debate, and you got Draymond. You got to be number one.
Man, you definitely right on that. That's gonna take a lot to convince somebody of that, man. You could be here for days trying to convince somebody why Draymond Green is better than Magic Johnson.
So
that's nuts. Word, man.
That is nuts, bro.
Yo, Kid Trent, is that Hassan Campbell from the Bronx?
Rockin' niggas, not box.
Yo, you know it's funny. I know some people that know him in New York.
Yo, I know someone that know him too, bro. I swear to God.
That's that New York stuff, man. You know, New York is always full of drama. I think any other city in the world don't get no more drama than New York. That's why
Prince,
the best thing to do from New York is to leave sometimes. Always drama.
So Prince, what do you think about the Knicks now? Think they're doing good now?
I think we're all right. You know, we ain't gonna set the world on fire, man. We're gonna be all right, though. We need a superstar. We need just one superstar. If we could keep that roster with one superstar, we'd be all right.
They're the playoff team.
Yeah,
we need. The Knicks been impressing me though. The Knicks been impressing.
Yo, Lamar, we need just one game-changing player. We just need one superstar.
Yeah, you're right, because they don't have a playoff team. They're not going to be able to win. Like they can maybe get past the first round with this team, but
we all know the history of the Knicks. Every time we think they're close, they drop the ball, man.
No, they need a star. They need to go after Bradley Beal.
Might get traded next year.
Need to get a Bradley Beal or somebody.
Oh yeah.
What if LeBron gets traded there?
Where? How many times I've been hearing this for decades. LeBron.
Why would they trade for LeBron?
Kobe going to the Knicks. Jordan going to the Knicks. I've been hearing this shit.
All
the greatest players going to the Knicks.
The media's gonna criticize man so hard, man. Cause it's New York and whatever. This is my personal feeling about it.
I actually don't want LeBron on the Knicks anyway. So, I mean, what's the benefit? It doesn't benefit nobody. If he goes to the Knicks, they're gonna most likely start losing games, and then the LeBron fans are just gonna be looking at his stats, and
that don't benefit the
Knicks fans don't want him gone.
Well, check out his stats. He got 30.
Hey, yo, Prince,
he got 30. He get drunk. We talking about he losing.
Hey, Prince, did the Lakers win tonight?
They play, I think so.
The Lakers won.
Hawks ass the last time I saw.
Hey Prince, you seen LeBron's interview? He got like a late night interview, huh?
Nah, I didn't see it. Enlighten me. What happened?
I haven't seen it, but it looked like it was getting spicy. They probably asked him about how the season going, stuff like that. His 37. No, his 20th. 18th. I believe. I don't remember, man. Fuck. His 18th career year or some shit. I thought he probably was gonna talk about him possibly how the media how the reporters gonna be, how you feel about this team, how you feel about this team in the upcoming future next year. Still have you still might stay here for next year or something like that. I really want to see if the reporter.
This is what I want to ask y'all since I got all y'all here. Who's the best player in basketball for y'all
right now?
Yeah.
Some people say
Luka or Giannis, or Jason Tatum.
Well, you got to pick one, man. You got to pick one.
Giannis.
Those are three. I put up
right now we're in this era where there is no best player right now.
No, there's Giannis.
No, we're talking about right now. Who's playing right now? So Giannis, Giannis. I mean,
well, let's not dance around.
Some people got KD.
Why don't y'all just give him his flowers when it's time? Like Giannis right now. I don't know how long he's gonna hold it.
I thought he meant like right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right now, it's
who's playing within the season as we see it out of all these games.
Yes, Giannis is the best player in the league.
Yeah, without the second, also without Chris Middleton.
Having the best season, or who's the best player?
If you're saying who's having the best season, then it's probably Tatum or somebody like that.
I gotta go for Chris Paul, man.
It's
I gotta go for Chris Paul, man.
I know. I know you're joking on that. I could just tell the way you even said that. And I hear you laughing in the background.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hold on, who you got, Prince? He got KD.
No, I got Giannis. But I think KD is slowly creeping up in there. especially recently with that winning streak that they had. He's been playing like that.
Aren't they like
I think
second,
Giannis
third
could-
seed?
I'll probably go with Giannis, but I have a feeling he could get dethroned by next year.
Because
By who?
look, there's so many dominant players right now. So you could go
I
a
think
lot of
Boston, you got Boston, you got
by,
the
Tatum
Nuggets,
or
you
Luka.
got the Pelicans. The Pelicans looking good too.
I think it's Luka or Joker is gonna take it.
Oh, come on, man. This Jokic train, these people getting on, bro, it's so overhyped, bro. I swear.
Yo, Kid Trunks,
He's a
man.
regular season
60.
player, man.
60.
Hold on.
How Nick Reich said
Okay, what
60
did you
20.
expect him to do in the playoffs when his second best player is Aaron Gordon?
What did he do when he had Murray? When he had MPJ?
Yeah, Murray, they dominated and they ran into an extremely hot Laker team.
Yeah, and they lost.
They just hit a buzzsaw. Like nobody expected them to beat that Laker team with
So what do you
AD playing
expect them to do
great.
this year? How
That was
they gonna be any
MVP.
better?
That was MVP caliber AD, and that was passing LeBron. Remember, LeBron led the league in assists that year. Like they wasn't beating that Laker team, but that was impressive without Michael Porter Jr. What they did, that was impressive.
So what
And
about
that's
the
why that
Clippers?
next year, when everybody said if they healthy, they're gonna be one of the best teams in the league. They just never could stay healthy.
Low management.
But you said
they
y'all
can
got
barely play
Giannis as
82
best
games.
player. Do you get him as MVP?
You got
Ooh.
lots of MVP candidates, bro. You got a lot of MVP
You
candidates.
got
Oh,
Tatum,
Luka.
you got Luka, you got Zion.
Luka.
Well, I mean, he missed too many games, but
I think they're gonna give it to Tatum, but I think it's Luka.
yeah, because the thing with Luka, I mean, who's he really playing with? Christian Woods, Hardaway Jr., freaking Bullock.
Dinwiddie.
Like what he's doing with that team and in the position he got this team in right now is pretty amazing and remarkable. You basically got to most definitely put in that MVP race. So I probably would Luka if he still keeps up, his individual numbers, his assists, rebounding, and all that, and also at least his team got to be 4th or higher in his in the Western Conference. I'll instantly probably give it to him.
Okay.
You don't think LeBron's in the conversation?
Nah, not for me.
For the old man retired, yeah. For like if they do some shit.
Oh, come on, Kid Trunks. Once LeBron get that scoring record, go hit Nick Rice, Shannon Shaw. He's on MVP candidate.
Oh no, the media, the reporters, man, they going.
Once he get that scoring record, they're gonna say LeBron's MVP.
They gonna put a couple votes in.
So
even though the Lakers are 13 seed, they'll be like, it doesn't matter. Lakers are 13 seed.
I believe the Lakers are gonna be much higher than that when it's all said and done.
He gonna retire.
You got Lakers going to the postseason? Because I said they was, and then everybody said, "Oh
Yeah.
no."
I got them as a 4 to 6 seed. I think they bounce back second half of the year.
Playing tournament.
AD's not coming back to like a couple months. What you mean?
It don't matter. And they've been playing every time they get a win. Here's the bad thing for them. Every time the Lakers go on a win streak or get a win without AD, it's a plus because you buying AD more time to rest and you don't have to rush back. If they keep winning, because I think they're on a 4-game win streak and they won 1 game without LeBron and AD. If they keep winning, you're buying AD more time to get healthy. And we saw what they look like when he was healthy. So
he's doing good.
If everybody's hitting on cylinders and making their shots and AD come back and play like he was before, I mean, do you really want to see that in a 7-game playoff series? Like, let's be honest.
Well, unless
like,
AD
I don't think nobody wants the Lakers in the 7-game series. I wouldn't. That's just too much experience on the other side of the floor.
If AD could stay healthy, he's injury prone, man.
So Shot-Town, we got a third one then. That's me, you, and Lamont. We all think the Lakers making the postseason. Kid Trunks is on the other side. He
so hold on, y'all trust AD's gonna pull through? Y'all really believe AD's gonna pull through all these games?
I think he'll play enough. He'll play enough to get in the postseason.
I thought Anthony Davis getting surgery.
AD's is a walking body is the collapse.
All they have to do is get to make the playoffs and win out.
AD stays healthy.
No, you're saying they can't get 10th seed, even if they get 10th seed, they're in the playing tournament and they just have to win 2 games.
Yeah.
But last year, one day in the 10th seed only got 33 wins.
I mean,
they're going to be much higher than that. I'm telling you, they're playing much better right now.
Yeah. That's why I keep saying there's no reason for them not to make the postseason. I think they got enough talent to do it.
Well,
That's
they got
what
a
I'm
similar
saying.
record to the Warriors. Y'all
Look at-
believe the Warriors don't
Look
make
at
the
the
playoffs?
Clippers. The Clippers they're not doing anything either.
I don't know. I feel like Kawhi just gave up. I don't know his demeanor, his body language. It's like he just. I don't know.
Kawhi's up there in that Olajuwon category now. He's starting to look highly overrated now.
Well, Kawhi did say he don't care about the regular season. He said it was all about the postseason. But my attitude towards that, you got to play good in the regular season to get to the postseason. So you got to at least care about the regular season.
He
That makes
plays
no
some
sense.
games, other games he doesn't play. Like what the hell?
Yeah, they 20-21 now. They 20-21. They better.
Yeah,
Because while these other teams keep losing, it's teams like the Lakers that's sneakily winning games. Like it's been a sneaky 4-game win streak.
Yeah.
Like, so
Yeah, Lakers could go past the Clippers easily too.
Wait, Lamont, you think Kawhi overrated?
I'm saying now. I'm saying Kawhi was playing at a level when he was like, especially when he's with Toronto.
Yeah.
And then that 1 year
he was.
he was playing at a level where he was easily going to be top 15. But then just this injury stuff, like the injury stuff bothers me because I don't know if is he really hurt or is he just finding reasons not to play or maybe is it the pressure? I don't know what it is.
Load management. That's what they're gonna say.
Load management. Like how many minutes did he play tonight? Somebody said something about him just playing the first quarter and then sit.
That's
After
crazy.
that game when they were getting blown out, he just sat there after a while. He just sat like, bro.
Yeah, you could tell the league changed when a star player could decide when he wants to play and when he doesn't want to play. He could play for a quarter and then bounce.
Well, I'm not playing 82 games. Come on, bro. This is too much.
You have to because we've seen how Kawhi will shut down on the team when he was with San Antonio if you don't do what he wants.
Yeah, but that just goes to show you how much. That just goes to show you how much star power that the league has went into. Like the players got more control than you think, and people don't realize that.
Yeah, back then the managers had control and all of that back in the days.
Yeah, I'm not saying back then the guys didn't have power, but it's not like this.
Not like this, yeah.
Yeah.
Did Kawhi Leonard even play tonight?
I don't know.
I won't be surprised he did it. I won't be surprised if he did it.
I don't think he played. He's not on the box score.
Damn. Actually, it's crazy, man. But yeah, man. But yo, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all brothers for coming through.
All right, man. Peace. God bless.
Prince still got AD coming back.
Yo, bro, me and Lamont, we have a point. They're going to make the postseason, man. You guys all calling me crazy for saying that, but
I don't trust AD. He
don't even have to play whole season, bro. He just had to play a couple of games. That's it.
Like imagine if Denver's a 2 seed and the Lakers are a 7 seed.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can really trust Denver to beat them. That's up in the air. Like
I don't have Denver beating them at all because I know AD can hang with the Joker. And then the rest is all advantage Lakers if you ask me.
Man, that's what I'm saying. So it becomes matchup. Everybody's hoping the Lakers don't make the playoffs because they would be a matchup nightmare in a 7-game series.
So they're gonna run through Boston, they're going through Milwaukee in a 7-game series?
Bro, they're in the West Conference. What are you talking about?
I'm against to take out Boston?
They're in the Western Conference.
Yeah, they're in the West.
Oh, okay.
Even if they do play Boston, they only have to see one of those East Coast teams anyway. If they go to the finals, assume.
And if they get to the finals this year, LeBron fans y'all thought LeBron fans was crazy now. If they get to the finals this year, they're gonna be extra crazy if LeBron can get this team to the finals. As much as y'all done tore down this Laker team, trying to convince people that this team is horrible, they trash. If LeBron gets into the finals, y'all cooked. Because y'all just said I'm putting high expectations on this Laker team because I don't really think it is bad.
Lamont,
last year was the same thing.
If you've been listening to what I was saying, I always
Me
did.
too.
Yeah,
me too.
Exactly. I suspect them to go to the finals. That's why I'm being hard on them because I think they got enough talent to get there.
Prince, they said last year was
too.
gonna be Nets and the Lakers in the finals, and we saw what happened, man.
Hey, all I know, if LeBron gets to the finals again, and he wins it, he get all the props from me. He get all the respect from me.
He just gets there with this team. The way people have been saying that this Laker team won't make the playoffs, he just gets there. Y'all basically, LeBron fans all around are going to be coming for y'all head saying LeBron's the GOAT.
Yeah, we already know.
He got a team that y'all said was trash to the finals.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I never said the Lakers was trash. Everybody else was saying that.
Look,
I said they got more than enough.
now.
But you trust AD is going to stay healthy playing these finals in Eastern Conference. I don't.
How many times I said AD was a top 10 player when healthy? I said that like countless times. You know, like,
I think he's a top 5 player when healthy.
Exactly. So how could they not be a threat? And you guys be like acting crazy, saying, "Oh, they got LeBron and AD, two of the best players."
You saw what happened last year, Prince? What happened last year?
Injuries.
All the players that they had.
Hey man, they fell, but they still should have been there though. You know. Oh, here comes G Money. What up?
What's going on?
G Money came to cut the Clippers, man.
What's going on? Jay, I know AD's hurt now, but you can't assume injury with players. You can't. Like, I want to ask you, did you think Klay Thompson would get hurt in 2019? Nobody, right? You can't assume injury with players, you know? Even the guys you do expect to get hurt may not get hurt. That's what I'm saying though. We don't know look. I gotta see where this Laker team is at after All-Star break, but I will give them their credit. They are starting to turn on the engines a little bit. Won 4 in a row. They just clipped the Hawks. They swept Atlanta. They just had a big win against the Heat.
Was LeBron playing? LeBron wasn't playing, right?
LeBron
played. There goes
the whole thing. 2 wins in a row without LeBron.
No, LeBron played. LeBron
played tonight.
Oh, okay.
LeBron played.
With Miami, he didn't play. Yeah.
Against Miami, he didn't play, and Lonnie Walker didn't play in that game neither. So yeah. So
at least G Money, you being a man about it, because you disagreed with me about the Lakers not making the postseason. So if they do, you're gonna come on here and say I was me and Shai was right.
And you were right. But if they don't make the playoffs, I don't want to hear they were injured. I don't want to go hypothetical if they were healthy.
Last year a lot of teams went into the playing tournament had injured players too.
Exactly. Again, if I'm wrong, the Lakers get to the playoffs. I give them their props. I will say Lamont was right. Prince Sports was right. Chi-Town was right. I give them the credit. But if they don't make the playoffs, I don't want to hear hypothetical about injuries, because I'm not going off what if, you know?
Because you won't get it out of me. You just get criticism.
Exactly.
Because I'll be let down. If they don't make the postseason, I'm going to be let down.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that.
No injury hypothetical. Because look at the Suns right now. The Suns aren't healthy, but I'm not making excuses.
Well, look at Golden State.
Exactly. They're not healthy neither. They're in the top 6.
Wait, what's Golden State? What's Golden State number, by the way?
20 and 19. We don't know when. I heard Curry might come back next week, but keyword might. It doesn't mean he will, though.
So about AD, you sure he's gonna come back too?
I don't know. I have no idea when.
They say he's supposed to have surgery or something like that.
Yeah, but I think they might hold it off. What I'm saying, Jay-Z, you can't assume injury with players. Even the guys even the guys who are injury prone. I want to ask you, Jay, did you expect Klay Thompson to get hurt in the finals? Did you thought that was going to happen?
The ACL there, the torn.
I know, but you didn't answer the question. Did you think we'll get hurt in the finals?
I expect Klay Thompson to get hurt, but Klay Thompson's not injury prone like AD.
Okay, and that's my point. Klay Thompson is an injury prone, but he got hurt in the finals. Just because anyone can get hurt doesn't mean they will. That's what I'm saying, though. We don't know the future, though. I want to ask you guys: did you think the Pacers will be in the playoffs right now? In top 7? Did you think that was going to happen? Nobody.
No, or the Kings.
Or the Kings. Did you thought the Suns and the Clippers will be as disappointing and being let downs as they are? Nobody. So you can't assume injuries and all that. I mean,
speaking of good teams, do you think the Pelicans is fool's gold?
Nah, I don't think so.
Yes.
The Pelicans?
What, championship?
Prince, I just saw them play the other day.
Hell no.
Prince, I got a feeling something just tells me they may not be as good as the record is saying.
Bro,
I don't think
their style of play is horrible. They have the worst.
But look at the Nets.
Literally, the worst offense.
Everybody knew the Nets was going to do this good.
No, the Pelicans' offense is give the ball to Zion and everybody get out the way, and it's a horrible.
That's not going to work.
That shit will not work in the playoffs. They are fools.
The playoffs is a different
New
story.
Orleans can't be streaky from 3 to a month. New Orleans can't be streaky.
They can't. No, they can't make threes. They're a poor 3-point shooting team. They can't shoot 3.
And they're not a great free throw shooting team either. That's
so
true.
The Lakers can't. They're not good 3-point shooters either, and their free throws ain't that great either.
True.
Yeah, but the Lakers do have some type of balance on offense now. So if you watch the fucking Pelicans play, there's no balance at all. Like they're winning right now because Zion is a force. But goddamn, they have the worst offense I've ever seen. It is just horrible.
Mhm.
That-
But who's
So
been
G
your
Money,
surprise?
you think the Clippers gonna bounce back?
They gotta get healthy, man. This team, I mean, they gotta
Kawhi?
get healthy. Two, this team is a piece away, man. Currently constructed, man. This team is not winning a championship. Like,
Everybody had the Clippers going back to the finals or some shit like that. I was hearing. I'm like, really?
No, I told before the season started, I said the Clippers are going to be one of the most disappointing teams this year. I promise you.
and your opinion has been right. They're 21-20, lost 5 in a row. I mean, they just got smoked by the Nuggets. They choked.
That was, oh my god, that was horrible.
They just got smoked by the Timberwolves.
Y'all know the Lakers are only 3 games out of the 5th place.
Crazy.
Just 3.
Lakers doing better than the Clippers. I'll say that.
And another thing, too, we don't even know when Curry is coming back. So the Lakers keep playing like this. They have a chance to leapfrog some teams.
They will be leapfrogging some teams, especially if I think their next game is against Denver.
Next is against Sacramento. LA is playing against Sacramento tomorrow.
Okay.
They should be able to beat Sacramento. Lakers
No,
beat
wait,
Sacramento
hold up.
last
That
time.
could be a loss, though. The Lakers always have problems with the Kings. They have problems beating that
Well,
team.
last
sometimes.
season.
But if they beat the Kings, that bumps the Kings down and it pushes the Lakers up. Like if they start beating up on the teams that's ahead of them, and I think that's a winnable game. The Kings have beat them twice. The Lakers gonna be out for blood.
Yeah, I think the Lakers should be able to beat the Kings.
Yeah, Sacramento's only 3 games up on LA. Yeah.
Starting to get interesting.
And Sacramento just had a bad loss to Atlanta. So, yeah. So, who knows?
All right. Hey, it's starting to get interesting. Now, if the Lakers can get that number 5th seed, and let's say LeBron is playing, he's still producing his numbers, then he'd be a valid MVP candidate.
Agreed.
Yeah, they're already going to mention it once he gets the score
and if
record.
LA gets to the postseason, I mean, and play.
I reward winning. I don't hate on nobody. If you're winning, I'm giving you your props. So if he could get those numbers and start helping his team win, that's an MVP candidate.
But I have one question for Lamont. Who has been your surprise and disappointing team to this point?
Well, for me, it's definitely been the team that definitely disappointed me the most has been the Timberwolves.
No, I didn't. I saw that coming. I knew Rudy Gobert wasn't going to fit with that team.
It doesn't.
I never had high hopes for Minnesota anyway.
No,
I don't know why.
If you look at what's going on with Minnesota, though, it's because you have a whole bunch of young players that have never played significant defense before in their life, and Rudy Gobert wants these guys to slow down and actually go play some defense. Right. Mm-hmm. And these guys don't want it. Russell does not want to defend. They don't have a defensive culture. And Rudy Gobert, just like in Utah, stuck on a team full of guys that can't defend the perimeter, and he's having to play help defense like a goddamn maniac trying to save them. And he gets blamed for it. When guys score layups, he gets blamed because it looks like he's the one getting scored on when these guys on the perimeter can't stay in front of a cone. So that's what's going on. They cannot stay in front of their man, and so that's where they clash.
And they're not a great shooting team either, so that's another thing too. For me, my disappointing team, the Toronto Raptors. I think Toronto's been ultra disappointing.
Oh yeah, the Raptors.
It's the Warriors. For me, it's the Warriors.
You can make.
Well, they're gonna say Steph Curry is hurt. That's what they're gonna say. That's what.
But when he was healthy, they were struggling. When he was healthy.
Yeah. To me, it's definitely the Warriors because they just came off winning the championship. I at least expecting them to having a good season.
I'll be honest, I'm surprised about the Nets still. I don't think the Nets would be this good.
Yeah, what about the Nets?
Nets aren't surprised for me. Nets aren't surprised. They got
So
Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
They got back on track.
Another surprise team. Hang on. Another surprise we're not talking about: the Indiana Pacers. I mean, think about that. They won 25 games last year. They were ranked to be in the low 20s this year, and one of the worst teams in the league. And the fact that with virtually the same roster at 22 wins and multiple games behind, Halliburton's been great. Ben Mathurin's been electrifying. Chris Duarte, he's starting to pick it up a little bit. Buddy Hield's been red hot from 3. Miles Turner's had his best season this year. Rick Carlisle's been great. Yeah. I think Indiana's been my surprise to this point. I want to ask you guys. Yeah.
But by them winning, they're screwing the organization because they're not built to win in the playoffs.
Agreed.
They're just having a ton of regular season success. And now, if they keep playing at this pace, they're not going to get a good draft pick, which is probably what they were relying on. And they're going to have to maybe try to convince somebody to come play in Indiana, which they've never been able to do.
And
So
Lamar,
they're
they
gonna
were in
be
the sweepstakes. They were supposed to be in the Victor sweepstakes.
They were supposed to be in the Victor sweepstakes. It's just like they kind of screwing themselves a little bit. But I mean, obviously, you got good young players developing. Aaron Neesmith, and I love the Benedict guy. He looks like he's a competitor out this world. And Neiman Hart from Gonzaga, but they're shooting themselves in the foot. This is why they're in contract talks with Miles Turner now, because now they just have to re-sign him and give him an extension and just keep him because you screwed now because you can't push for no draft picks. So,
but let me ask you that: what you think of this Victor guy? Because we both actually had jobs in basketball when we had to scout talent. I had to do it overseas, but you did it in the States. What you think of Victor?
Oh man, for me, it's gonna be about what team drafts him. So, if a team, let's say, like a team like the Charlotte Hornets draft him, which they don't have a coach or system built for that style of play, he's gonna look bad. But let's say, I'm trying to throw a team out there.
San Antonio Spurs.
Orlando.
I think the Spurs, if the Spurs get a hold of them, then the league is in trouble.
Yeah.
If the right team gets a hold of him that will play around his skill set, build around his skill set, then the league's in trouble. So there's a couple teams out there.
Detroit, Orlando.
Now, Prince, imagine Trey Lee.
Yeah, but the Magic are missing that elite coach. They don't have that elite coach.
Agreed. What about the Pistons?
I don't like the Pistons either.
Okay.
Orlando.
No, he said Orlando. They don't. Jamal Mosley's not a great coach for the Magic. Jamal Mosley not a great.
I think the Spurs get him and Popovich is gonna be licking his chops because he has a Tim Duncan times 10.
And speaking of Pop, how long do you think Pop is going to last with his team? Because he's been with 27 years in the NBA, also 3-time coach of the year, 5-time champion, multiple-time coach, all-star coach. How long do you think Pop's going to be in the league?
I've been Pop going to coach till he fall out.
Maybe until he makes another Spurs dynasty. But if he does get Victor, that's a good way to start a dynasty.
If they get Victor next year and add a few more pieces with Devin Vassell's had a great year, Keldon Johnson who's been great, the Spurs have a shot to make the playoffs next year. I'm not saying they will get in next year, but I'm saying that they get Victor, add some pieces around it, they have a shot to be in the postseason next year.
Oh yeah, no question, man. And we was just talking before our MVPs. Who's your MVP so far, G-Money?
Are you talking about my MVP right now?
Yes.
G-Money's gonna say KD.
Nah, it's not KD. It's not KD. It's tough. For me, it's between Tatum and Jokic. It's between Tatum and the Joker. If I had to choose, this is tough. If I had to choose, I'll give a slight edge towards Jokic. Slight edge towards Jokic.
Same. I got Jokic.
Jokic. Slight edge.
So what about Luka?
Chi-Town, what you think about my Eagles? It's about that time.
Dude, first of all, Jalen Hurts isn't even healthy.
They're sliding off, Pete. They're starting to fall off the wayside.
No, this is the other issue. Jalen Hurts is dealing with an injury. He's not 100%. So, and on top of that, if they lose next week and the Cowboys win, they're gonna have to play every playoff game on the road. They're not gonna do that.
You don't want to play Tampa Bay.
They're not going to win every playoff game on the road.
Chi-Town, you know that we could always work good without our starting quarterback. We won a Super Bowl without our starting quarterback, bro.
That's years ago. We're talking about now. That's years ago. We're talking about now.
Offense was way better too.
Our offense is just as good now, bro. What you talking about? Our offense is just as good now.
Not healthy. He's not going to be the same going into the playoffs. And they fell off the last 3 games that Eagles did in 2018.
They only scored 10 points against the Saints, man.
On top of that, if they lose next week and the Cowboys win, they have to play every playoff game on the road.
And we can agree that the Cowboys are probably going to beat the Commanders more than likely. Yes. And who knows? More than likely. And then who knows? The Giants. No, we know
the Cowboy
and the Giants have to play the Eagles. Who knows what can happen? Maybe the Giants go out and get what they can. Because don't forget, Philadelphia, mollywop New York at New Jersey. I mean, these New Jersey Giants.
But no, that's a terrifying battle for us because that's a rivalry, and rivalries could go either way.
Prince, I'm playing this now. If you guys lose the division, you're not going to win every game on the road.
You might have to play Tampa Bay in the wild card. You don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, I know. You know, but I think we win. I think we still at least.
I'll be honest.
I don't think we lose the next game.
Right now is the Green Bay Packers. I'm not lying. They've won every game the last 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. I think the Packers are going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to beat the Lions.
Yeah, and if they play the Vikings, I'd take the Packers over the Vikings.
Very possible. Very possible.
So you trying to say my Eagles is a first round knockout? That's what
No. What Shai is trying to say is that you gotta be a little concerned. You gotta get the game against the Giants. You get the first round bye, because if you lose that game, more than likely Dallas is beating Washington. More than likely, you don't want to play Tampa in the first round. And
no question.
No, Prince. Here's the thing: you have to win every game on the road. You don't have
on the road too. That's gonna be tough. Why would you have to go to Dallas, go to Minnesota? You know,
the 49ers. No, right now my pick for the NFC is 49ers. They're the most unstoppable team right now, and I think we're getting a rematch of the KC 49ers Super Bowl.
And speaking of
KC, the 49ers,
what do you think about the NFL potential playing the AFC Championship game in neutral site? You think it's a good idea?
I mean, that's the only way you could do it because the Bengals and the Bills, basically, we all know what happened on Monday.
Right.
I think that's the only thing you could do because how else can you decide? It's not fair to give KC the home field advantage.
Yo, but that's scary. Yo, isn't that out of all the injuries we ever seen on the football field? I never seen something like that in my life.
Yeah,
that takes the cake. Because I seen guys, broken legs, blah, stuff like that. But that was like life threatening. That was like
no. What's it called, Prince? Here's another thing too. He was actually dead. They had to revive him.
Yeah.
Wait, White was actually then he got back.
He had no pulse. They had to the paramedics had to revive him and give him CPR.
Bro. That's nuts. See, that goes to show you, boxing and football are two of the most dangerous sports. People die from boxing a lot every year too, but people don't know.
Football is dangerous.
Football and boxing, two of the most dangerous.
I see a lot of people's careers ended in football.
Yeah. Bro, you know how many boxing just as worse. You know how many people died in boxing?
Hit too damn hard, man.
Oh man, but
that's why Mayweather was dodging those hits. He's like, I want
to ask us: do you think it was a good idea for the NFL to cancel the?
Well, no. This is what happened.
Good?
So the NFL, the owners wanted to continue the game, but the players refused. So that's
they
why
were crying.
The game.
Right.
The NFL wanted to go with it, but the players didn't want to play, and you can't force the players to play.
They were too emotional.
True.
And here's another thing too. I'm hearing, Prince. People are saying the vaccine caused it. I think that's a lot of BS.
I don't respect that opinion. Not you, man. I don't respect that opinion. Like they're just wrong, man. Like, how did the vaccine cause that? What?
Yeah, that's what the people are saying in the media.
That's conspiracy theory.
I love the media.
I'm gonna give you some advice, everybody. Don't listen to everything you hear. Don't listen to everything you hear.
Oh yeah.
Don't. That's just like with Shaq. That's a load of crap, though.
Word. I hear that. But it's good. It's just glad to see that he's okay, and he can live to fight another day. But
right. One thing too. One happy New Year, everybody, and happy holidays. I forgot to tell you, happy New Year.
Yeah,
happy
you
holidays.
guys too.
Oh, yeah, same here.
Thanks, but thank God Hamlin's okay.
Since we're in 2023, what does this next year bring us in sports? Who you got?
Trades. Gonna be a lot of trades. I know that.
A lot of trades. Maybe a
lot of trades.
Yo, did the Lakers sign DeMarcus Cousins?
No, put him at workout. They haven't signed him yet.
I heard that. It was all over damn social media.
Carmelo?
The Lakers signing him.
Melo, no. Why do I have a weird feeling Melo might go to Phoenix? Why do I have a weird feeling he might go to Phoenix, Melo? If I were to
maybe because Chris Paul backed him up and said he deserves to end his career when he wants.
And also Chris Paul he also missed the second half of this game. He got hurt. He had some soreness. So this I have one thing too. This Suns team's been uber disappointing. 1, injuries. 2, this team lacks consistent shooting. 3, here's what's crazy. The last 3 games, this team's not even cracked the century mark offensively.
Then the Suns just won today.
Oh, yo, I forgot to tell y'all this.
They lost the Heat.
I forgot to tell y'all this.
Yeah.
The theme of this live stream was There's over 17 players having damn near careers type of seasons. So this is something very different. We never seen
scoring,
this in the NBA.
the record being broken.
You got over 7 players averaging 30 plus points. You know how unrealistic that is? That
Crazy.
just goes to show you everybody's getting scoring, getting buckets now.
And also because of the rule changes too. One, the players are more skilled, you can say, in today's era compared to back then, and also the rule changes.
In terms of skill, like what, more shooting threes and no defense?
No, but as far as creating their own shot compared to back then, KD, Jason Tatum,
and I think
they just shoot a lot of threes. That's what I'm seeing. They just shoot a lot of
KD can create
three-pointers.
his own shot.
They play less
SGA can create his own
defense.
shot. Tatum can create his own shot. Curry can create his own shot.
Yeah, but yo,
three-pointer.
Jay, you are right. There is no defense in today's league no more. This is what
I watched the game. How's it more skill with these guys really play no defense? They just stand around. They barely do anything.
He's not talking about defense. He's talking about from creating your own shot.
Exactly.
A lot of three-pointers. That's what I see. A lot of three-pointers.
And mid-range. The mid-range is still there too.
Yeah.
Mid-range is still there.
That's
too.
a lot more three-pointers than mid-range.
Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of threes, but guys have more shot creators today.
They're better
DeRozan,
ISO
Trae
players
Young.
today than back then.
No, they need to. I don't know. The defense. The
What you
defense
said,
watered
Shaq?
down.
Say that again.
ISO
They're
players.
better ISO players today.
Well, you could.
defense
That's
got
because
watered
you got the
down.
opportunity to do it.
And there's no hand checking, and there's a whole bunch of stuff into play.
Yeah.
No hand checking and less defense.
Bro, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is averaging 30 plus.
They just focus
They're
more
not
on
even winning
scoring.
games either.
Yes, I mean, like everybody
It's more
having career
focus on
seasons.
scoring than defense. It used to be both sides, and it got watered down.
That's because everybody is exhorting everything on offense. Everybody's having career numbers.
Yep.
Everybody's having career numbers. This
I watched the
crazy.
game. These guys barely play any defense.
And yo, what's the average score of today's game? It's like 140. It's like all-star game numbers.
It has to be like 114. Let me check. All right.
Now, what's the average? I'm because a lot of games I've been seeing, they've been ending in like 143, 133. I'm like,
You barely see blowout games anymore, man.
All-star game, and nobody plays defense no more. You know, that's what they do in all-star games. They don't play defense.
I watched the games. They rarely play no defense. It's just everything was creating a shot and then just dropping a lot of three-pointers.
Give it some time, please. It has to be around like 114. It has to be.
Or did it went up? I think it was.
You can't really touch him either, so you touch him, foul, 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 foul. Every 2 seconds. You breathe on them, foul. You step on their toes, foul.
Yo, Chi-Town, what you think of today's game? Are you into that fact that everybody's putting up numbers? Having like these
game is watered
games?
down for me, man. What game is too watered down? I'm used to the physical, like acrobatical style basketball, man.
Great.
Yeah, I feel like it's too like the games are too watered down. Players are just chucking up threes.
I was looking at some old games of Kobe and T-Mac and Jordan. I don't know.
Wait, say that again, G-Money?
113.8.
Wow. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, but there is, yeah, you know what I mean, but yeah. But not, yo, Big Mike, it's not that. It's just a simple fact that I like in the middle. I like 50% defense, 50% offense. I don't want a whole game to be all offense.
All defense. I want both. Not just
I want both.
You want both. You don't want the finals going to be 65, 64. You don't want to see that, though.
Yeah, it's just like eating food. You don't want too much of one ingredient, right? If you're eating a slice of pizza, you don't want a whole pile of cheese on there. You want some sauce, too.
Okay,
look at what's his name? What's his name? What was his name again? Who dropped his 71 points? They were making a big deal.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, they were making a big deal out of that.
He had a 71 piece with 11 dishes and 8 fries. 71 points, 11 dishes, 8 boards.
They made a big deal out of that shit, G-Money. If you saw the media, oh my god.
I mean, it was the most points scored since Kobe, but
since Kobe, Kobe got the 81.
And all these career season years are taking place now. It's just so easy to score, you know.
Yeah, Chris Broussard said the same thing when he was arguing with the whole Nick Wright about LeBron. He said it's easy to score. He's not trying to hear the excuse about LeBron has no help because he's starting to get tired of it.
Yeah, like I think everybody's getting tired of the excuse making when it comes to LeBron James. You know,
no help.
All I said is they got enough.
They win. He's a GOAT. He's finally
I
clicked
still
Jordan.
gotta
He
see more.
loses, no
I know
help.
LA's starting to turn things around. I still gotta see what they do at the All-Star break. I still not that much of a believer because I've seen this before with this team. They get like, why would they lose to Sacramento next game? Then they might go back because this team is streaky. You have to think about that.
They'll win a couple of games. The next 5 games they lose. I know,
but what I'm saying is that they were 2-10 to start. Then they went 8-2 to go 10-12. Then they lost 4 out of 5 to go 11-16. Won 2 in a row, 13-16. Lost 4 out of 5. 14-21, now they're on the 4-game.
Or they missed a free throw. It's either they missed a couple of free throws.
Why would they lose to Sacramento? They might go in a slump again. You gotta consider that though.
Oh yeah,
Sacramento they gave them business.
Yo, Chi-Town, your former boy Laura Marketing had 49.
Oh yeah, we're holding him back.
Everybody,
all those guys were holding him back.
Everybody's getting buckets. You could have a guy come off the bench. He dropped 40 in the game. Like, what the hell is this guy?
Come on. Remember the numbers that
Laurie Marketing should be an all-star. Laurie Marketing should be an all-star.
Well, did you guys hear Kevon Looney got voted? Well, the fan voting. Kevon Looney got voted.
What the fuck?
For fan voting.
What? Come on, fans. Wow.
You didn't know the fans. My favorite player. You know the argument.
Too. Come on. Wow.
Once you bring the fans, he's my favorite player. Money, of course, he's number one.
A couple of years ago, Zaza Pachulia got voted in.
It's not based on facts anymore, man.
That was a disgrace.
Damn.
Yeah, right, Prince, you got hit him. James Harden, just like back in the day. He dropped his 60-point games like crazy. He was used to Rockets.
Oh, that's why I think it's 1/3. I think it's 1/3 fans, players, and media, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
Once you got the media back in it, it's a wrap. Once the media's back in the narrative, it's a wrap.
Yeah, and it's even easier to fill up the stat sheet with assists. Back in the day, assists used to be as soon as the guy passed you the ball, that gotta lead to a basket. Now you can
John Stockton, huh? John Stockton.
You could put the ball on the floor for two or so dribbles and shoot the rock and still count as an assist.
Yeah, I think
the minute you put the ball on the floor, that should not be a point assist for you. You know, you should be assist if I give you the ball and you're gonna lay up, dunk, or shoot immediately.
No, I think the rule is 2 dribbles.
Huh?
2 dribbles and it's considered assist.
Yeah, I know, but it shouldn't be like that though, because I'm getting ready to correct my own shot.
Oscar Robertson said this when he averaged a triple-double. He said that if you gave it to a shooter, they didn't count as assist. It's only
look at Russell Westbrook's triple-double streak. Look at Russell Westbrook's triple-double streak, man.
Yeah. You know, I just want defense to come back. I want a mix. I want.
I was watching the Bulls in the next game, man.
You want good defense and good execution.
Yes, G Money, but people acting like I'm saying I want the NFL style, like the.
Nah, you don't want to see 20 to 15. Nah, you don't want to see that.
I didn't say I want to see, Isaiah Thomas, Bill Lambert.
Remember the Knicks?
I just want mix.
Remember the Knicks, man?
Even 0-4 Pistons. Remember how low scoring those games were with the Pistons and Spurs?
Exactly, very low scoring.
The Knicks, John Starks, Ewing, Oakley, Charles Mason, they will hammer you, bro. They're not just gonna let you shoot.
The defense was going to offense came alive when it mattered the most for.
Yeah,
I remember those Piston games. Those Piston games were so low scoring.
Yeah. I'm not saying I want like tremendous low scoring games. I just want an equal amount of that. It can't be like all offense, man. Because look, everything is get taken for granted. You could average 30 plus points. Numerous guys could do it. It's not special no more because everybody else could do it.
Yeah.
Some of these guys not even supposed to be averaging 30 plus points because they're not even top 5 or top 10 players anyway.
Oh, look at Luka. Look what he did.
You're right, but Luka's a little different. He's on the come up. He actually he's coming to be a true superstar and stuff. But some of these other guys, no.
Yeah, but
have you also noticed that the Bucks have kind of been inconsistent as of late? I mean, they just got shredded by the Hornets, get up 138.
Yeah, they're gonna have problems when they get to the playoffs. The Bucks
Jay, Shy's about to talk, yeah.
Who goes further, the Nets or the Bucks in the playoffs?
I still think Bucks though. I gotta see
over the Nets.
Still think Bucks.
Right now, the Nets are hot though.
I don't know about that. The Bucks are having serious issues.
I guess when you look in the playoffs
too. I don't trust Mike Budenholzer. He's not a good coach. He only kept his job because KD's foot was so big.
Good point. If it's not,
but Steve Nash was the problem though.
Yeah, Steve Nash is gone.
Steve Nash is gone.
Yeah, that's the reason why they were having all these issues.
Another thing too, the Nets are 24-8 under Jock Vaughn.
Yeah, I told you the issue with the Nets was coaching because all they were doing is
Yeah, it
running
was. It
ball.
was. We could clearly
Yeah,
see
their
it was
coach was
coaching.
atrocious.
They were just running iso ball, and Steve Nash wasn't running any plays. It was just
So if it
Joker
wasn't
Magic.
for Steve Nash, they probably would have got swept the first round by the Boston.
I think so too.
Mm.
Mhm.
And yo, G Money, we had Lamont and Kid Trunks on here earlier, and Lamont said there's some guys that want to challenge me for a debate. Now, how many times have I said, if anybody wants to debate me, you watch my videos already. All you have to do is just come on. Yeah, all you have to do is just come on here and talk. Why do I have to follow you around and go to a bunch of different platforms?
Yeah, you don't need to do that. If you don't want, you don't need to.
Right.
You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that.
That's like a waste of time. Like, if you the one that want to debate me, come on here and debate me. It's
They
not
wanna
like I don't
debate
know
the
why
LeBron Jordan thing.
people always get this attitude like if you go into somebody else's platform, you're gonna get jumped by his supporters and stuff. No, we have a debate here all the time. Nobody here is like defending nobody. You know, like G Money, you having a debate with somebody. I'm not gonna be like, biased and cursing the other guy out for you. I let you guys.
Exactly. When you debate,
yelling and screaming.
When you debate, you gotta bring facts to what you say. Don't just talk for the sake of talking. Bring facts to what you say. Don't lie.
50. He averaged 50, J Money.
Like you don't need to raise, right. You don't need to raise. I'm not saying you, man, but you don't need to raise your voice, though. I'm not saying you, but
yeah, I know you see that shit, G Buddy. These guys be going at it, bro.
And these guys don't use any grounds for their arguments. They're just talking for the talking.
And G Money, it don't even come about basketball no more. It come about who's more hood, who's more street, who's gonna beat somebody ass.
Man.
Here's
what I always say. You don't. This is just me personally. You don't have to. This is just me. You don't have to respect the opinion if you don't like it, but you have to respect the person's right to have an opinion. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You don't have to respect the belief if you hate it, but you have to respect the person's right to have it. There's a difference. There's some opinions I don't respect. I don't listen to because they're lies. However, I respect people's right to believe what they want. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Well, good luck with that, man. If it comes to LeBron versus Jordan, it's gonna be a shouting match.
Yo, Shai, what you say, man?
It's all about how you present your argument.
Exactly. Don't present your argument. Don't lie.
But okay. But G Money. So what happened when the Tom Brady thing with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe?
Yeah, that was just bad.
Skip Bayless was like, "Yeah, he's better than you. You just a Tom Brady. You just a Tom Brady.
Yeah, that was disrespectful there.
Yeah, Big Mike, but that's what it leads to. Mike, you don't know how many times. Not even just. Check this out. Big Mike said no debate should lead to animosity. It does though, because guys be out here trying to go for each other's goat. Like
exactly. Just attack Skip Bayless. Hear me. Attack the belief. Don't attack the person. Attack
Russell Westbrook.
G Money. It leads to you want to see me outside? Get your gun. Get the people. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, Prince,
I gotta shoot you over a debate. That's what you're saying? I gotta go. I gotta get a gun and shoot you.
Opinion without attacking me. Attack the belief.
Skip Bayless. That shit. I still laugh at that shit. You jealous of him? Yeah, he's better than you. And Shaq's like, hold on. Took off his glasses. You gonna take a personal shot at me? Really, Scott?
And he's not gonna kills me, guys. Do you hate it when people just lie and try to change narratives, though? Like, do you hate when people just lie for the sake of lying? Like, do you hate that? When people just
because you don't agree Tom Brady's the GOAT, and they gonna say you're just a Tom Brady. What type of debate is that, man?
He said,
you know what, Chris? You just a Chris Paul, man. You just
have you ever been in those? Have you ever been in those type of debates, Chi-Town, where you literally gotta be arguing with somebody and it comes into a fight?
Or no, they'll say that. Oh well, this player makes. If you criticize a player, they'll be like, "Well, he's better than you." What?
Yeah,
just not to ignore that shit. And another thing too, man. And this is just me. Do you also hate when people just disagree for the sake of disagreeing? Like you bring a fact, they just disagree for the sake of disagreeing.
Yeah.
It irritates me so much. Like it irritates me so much. Like you bring facts, they ignored it, and like, oh, I'm just gonna disagree. What the fuck, man? Like,
yo, I'm a Rob Parker. Yo, when Rob Parker found out Jordan got the MVP, the name MVP, he was just telling LeBron fans, "Get on your knees and concede." He went crazy. Rob Parker was like, "The NBA has named Michael Jordan the MVP." LeBron fans concede.
Big Mike said Skip was pissed. I think Shannon Sharpe was more pissed. I think he was actually upset.
Yeah,
Skip was pissed. You
that
see
hurt
in his
Shannon
face.
Sharp's feelings, though. You could tell that really hit home.
I got no respect for Shannon. Yo,
when he
Prince,
said Tom Brady was better than him.
Prince, I have no respect for Shannon Sharp. Knowing the fact that, listen. Wait. Let me finish. The fact is, Shannon Sharp had all this energy for Will Smith, Kyrie Irving, and KD, right? Flexing his muscles and talking all this shit.
True.
A white man like Skip Bayless, right? An old white man, disrespect you on national television. The whole world sees it. It's on social media forever. And what does Shannon Sharp do?
Laid back.
Yep. And Skip Bayless told him to put your glasses back on.
Yeah, that was disrespectful for shit.
I'm like, oh,
that was disrespectful
Shannon.
by Skip.
You said how you gonna bust Will Smith with an Oscar over his head if he slapped it. You said all of that shit about Kyrie Irving. You talk all the shit about KD, got emotional. You were shouting at Skip Bayless, and soon Skip Bayless disrespect you on television, saying that your resume ain't shit, flat out.
You know why he don't say nothing? Because he knows that's the boss. He got that.
Thank you. Skip Bayless is the head of that shit. Everyone knows that.
It's his show. It's his show.
You got a white man that basically runs you over on television, and then you got the same energy. But when it comes to like guys like me and Prince, if me and Prince got on and argue for Michael Jordan being the GOAT, you're gonna go crazy. Oh, if I see Prince, I'm gonna knock him aside his head.
Like some shit. Like I always say, hear me out. I always say, this is just me personally. You could attack the opinion, but don't attack the person. There's a difference.
Thank you.
Attack the opinion. You don't have to respect.
Shannon did that shit a couple of times too. It's not just Skip Bayless. He attacked KD.
Attack the opinion. Don't attack the person. Attack
this
the
guy
belief.
went nuts on Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but Big Mike said Shannon gonna leave the show. If Shannon leave the show, he could hold his own. He don't need Skip Bayless anyway.
He don't.
Agreed.
He has his own personality. I watch him. You know, he gonna make me laugh anyway.
Another team that's kind of been surprising, and no one's talked about this team, the New York Knicks, man. And the Knicks are kind of
we were just talking about it.
Our Knicks. G-Money say our Knicks. Yeah.
The Knicks are kind of streaky. I mean, think about it. They started off 3. Think about it.
They're doing pretty good.
They're doing well. Think about it. They started off 3-1. Then they lost 12 out of 9 to go 10-13. Then they went 8 in a row, 18-13. Lost 5 in a row, 18-18. Now on a 4-game run, 22-18. Streaky, huh?
I'm glad they're doing well, though.
Now they're top 6 in the East.
They're doing better than the LA. It's about damn time, man.
Who would have thought that New York would have a better record than both LA? Well, you kind of maybe thought against the Lakers, maybe, but who would have thought you thought New York would have a better record than the Clippers and Phoenix?
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming.
Nobody.
I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy because I thought Kawhi was gonna come in the way he was and start beasting on everybody, but I'm like, damn, he's just not the same. He's just not the same since 2 years in that ACL. I don't know.
I know, and another player that I think should be an All-Star, and you actually had 2. JB11, Jalen Brunson, the Brunson burner's been on, and Julius Randle, a Randle Renaissance.
I gotta get Hoop Facts on here because a lot of people keep saying whenever the Clippers lose and he's nowhere to be found. So,
a lot of your Prince, a lot of fans or diehard fans will disappear, bro.
Yeah, and I know he's not that type of person, so I want him to come on here.
See, at least the LeBron fans will come in and still defend LeBron, even though they lost. He'll be like, listen, check out his stats. He didn't lose. You know how LeBron fans get when they lose. They'll come in, check out his stats. He didn't lose. He got the all-time score record. He broke this record. He broke that record. He's the GOAT. Doesn't matter if the team didn't make it to a play-in tournament. Doesn't matter if they got a losing record.
Word.
At least they come in, bro. At least they come in.
But another team that's kind of been disappointing, and I don't think we talk about this team enough, is the Chicago Bulls. I mean, they're kind of inconsistent for me.
Chi-Town, that's your team.
Well, yeah, I think LaVine is overrated. He acts like he's a superstar. He acts like he's just like
like John Morant.
And ironically, LaVine played like a superstar in Philly. LaVine was smoking the Sixers tonight. 11 threes, 41 points, crazy young.
But he's not a superstar. You cannot win a championship with him as your first or second best player.
Well, look at John
how much
Morant.
points did he have, G-Money?
41 biscuits, 41 points.
See, that's my point exactly. Everybody's getting numbers like that in today's league.
He even hit 11 trifectas.
Even a guy like him that we know is not really supposed to be putting up numbers like that because he's not really. That's not really him. You know. So everybody putting up numbers that's, you know, that doesn't equal to how good they really, you know, how good they supposed to be. So
the playoffs and finals
these
are
are
totally
inflated
different.
numbers.
People always want to bring up stats. When the playoffs and finals come, you're going to see who dominated.
Mhm.
Yeah,
This has
but
always been like that in NBA history, but a lot of fans
yeah,
don't
but
want to hear it.
this year is like 2005. 2005, they changed the rules, and a lot of people had career seasons. Now it's the same thing this way. So you're getting a lot of people pitting these inflated numbers, and you think these guys are really good when they really not that good. It's
The
just
same thing. Yeah, it's like with Draymond Green.
right.
That was
Draymond
funny,
Green.
Chris.
Wait,
What's
hold
that
on.
study?
What
Draymond
Draymond
Green
Green do?
versus Magic.
Oh, okay. Don't
Yo,
tell
Chris,
me
I think
Draymond
you
Green
should have
got
a
something
field
big.
day with that shit, bro.
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
Right,
Yeah.
and another team that's kind of been a surprise, and I don't think people talk about this team enough. The Sacramento Kings. I mean, think about it. 20-17 this season, one of the best offenses in the league. They share the ball. De'Aaron Fox has just been big time.
Yeah, they be
I
giving
mean,
the
think about
Lakers
Sacramento
problems,
won
man.
30 games last year. They already have 20 wins right now.
Lakers struggled last year. They were so stacked up last year. And they
Yeah, but we're
still
not
couldn't
talking about the
figure it.
Lakers. We're talking about the Kings.
Yeah, I'm just saying when they went up against Sacramento, just to prove how good Sacramento are and how stacked up the Lakers were, and they still couldn't figure out to beat that team because Sacramento beat them so many times.
Wait, G Money, this is you, right?
Huh?
This is you. I'm not talking to some bot, right?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sacramento.
G Money, I hook you up with mines later too after this is over with. 'Cause I got connects with Hoop Facts and a couple other people, you know.
No, I was
So-
just asking because sometimes
Yeah.
there are bots on here and they get your information and stuff. So I just want to know if it was you.
No,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's me. You got my text, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we got it.
Okay, that's good. That's
You
good.
guys want to
So,
go over some NFL scores before we head out?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, go do it. Knock it
Oh.
out the park.
You want to share your screen, G Money?
Yeah, let me try.
And while he's doing that, Big Mike, you heard what they said, right? And I said inflated numbers. So when you think of LeBron's stats, just think of everybody else that's doing the same exact thing, Mike.
They're not gonna mention
Inflated
anybody
numbers.
else. They're not gonna mention all the records being broken like back to back from almost a lot of these players.
Yeah, it's not just LeBron, bro. Everybody's
You would
putting
think
up
it's
these career
LeBron.
numbers.
Well, like,
Since
Now
when
they
do you
go-
see an
Got it?
NBA season? Since when is the NBA season when a lot of guys are averaging like 34.5, 33.6? Like it's numerous players. Like what the hell, man?
yeah, be prepared for Draymond Green to get on his podcast. Like I told you, our era is the best of all time. You know, Draymond Green get on the
And it's not a
He gonna
talent thing, Big Mike. It's just a rules thing. It's just easier to score. So a lot of
Draymond Green
guys
gonna
Right,
bring
you
up
got
like
it?
AOL arguments. Talking about
Yeah.
look at the AOL back in the 90s and look at the AOL right now.
Mhm.
When we bought that shit up, I was dying and laughing. Then when Draymond Green bought that shit, I was like, how you gonna compare the technology of AOL of the 90s to this era?
You'll be waiting for G Money to put that NFL special on before we head up out of here. And Big Mike, my man Bronson got 38. He was about to get 40. So everybody putting up big numbers, bro. You gotta look at everybody else that's putting up all these big time stats. You know how many players got like 21 rebounds, 16 assists, a lot of games. It's been
Or
like this
18
for
rebounds, like Mitchell
yeah, it's like
Robinson did.
it's been like the beginning of the season.
The
Everybody's
defense
getting
got
inflated
watered
numbers.
down. Like if the defense was at what it was, they wouldn't have got all these crazy numbers, man.
Yeah. That shit is bugged out, man. Everybody getting career numbers. I could go to the NBA and get some career numbers.
Probably.
Probably.
All
With
you
a
gotta do is just
blindfold-
let
with a
nobody gonna
blindfold
Probably
and hopping on
at
one
least
leg.
average 15.
word.
Probably at
Nobody
least
gonna
one-
touch me in Chi-Town. I can shoot some free 3-pointers.
Good.
Yep, I could shoot like 7, 8
And all
3-pointers.
you have to do is just wear a blindfold and hop on one leg. Yep.
That's right.
No defense, just keep jacking up them threes. Just let them jack up them damn
Right.
threes.
And speaking of jacking up, hey, I jacked up the schedule. So you got it, P?
Oh, let me see. Hold on. Yep. Got it.
Okay.
That
Uh-oh.
should be up now.
Let me try to increase. Okay.
Or just go on click schedule. Go on
Mm.
click schedule. It's more easier to
Click schedule. Okay.
Yeah. Gotta make
NFL schedule.
All right.
Man, this is international. I got money from all over the place. I got money from
Money
Hong
trying to
Kong.
increase. All right. Sorry. Whoops.
Oh,
Okay.
go ahead. Money from the Philippines. I got money everywhere.
And speaking of money, well, Kansas City's trying to be money and trying to cash in some money in the bank, get the number 1 seed. You think they get it done? All they need to do is win.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Kansas City ain't no joke.
Right. What do you think, Jay? You think they win at Las Vegas? I think they do.
Yeah, Kansas City's pretty good. They're doing good.
Right.
Definitely.
And then you got Tennessee and Jacksonville battle for their division. For the most part, whoever wins is going to win the division and get to the playoffs. Who do you got?
Oh, Jacksonville, because Ryan Tannehill's injured.
Right.
I got Jacksonville too.
You think Jacksonville just
I
gonna
think
just
Trevor Lawrence is the next Peyton Manning. What do you think, Prince?
Wait, hold on. Who's the next Peyton Manning?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence?
I don't know. I think it's a little too early for that.
Well,
I can't do it. I can't do it yet.
He's only in the second year, and he's already putting up crazy stats.
He's been balling this year, man.
Yeah.
He's been
But
balling.
what's their record? What's their record, by the way? Hold on, before you go.
No, the Jags right now are 8-8. And they can win the AFC South if they get it done at home. They're 8-8.
Well, the 49ers and Cowboys gonna be something.
Well, let's some of these games we can just skim through. The Bucks are gonna beat the Falcons. And think about this: the Pats are playing the Bills. Since technically today's Saturday, tomorrow, if the Pats win, they lock up the 7th seed. Who you got for that game?
That's tough because here's the thing. If KC wins, I think Buffalo's gonna bench their starters. If KC loses,
they got this automatic bench. I'm
probably gonna go Pats because I think KC wins and Buffalo doesn't want to risk injury, so they're just gonna bench their players.
Okay, so you think the Pats make the playoffs? All right, they're gonna lock it up. Okay, because all the Pats need to do is just get a W in their column. That's it.
Yeah, only because I think Buffalo is gonna bench all their starters.
Very possible. What do you think, Pete? What do you think is gonna happen in Buffalo? Because the Bucks are gonna beat the Falcons. So what do you think is gonna happen in Buffalo?
I don't know, man. I think they still could pull it out, though. I mean, I think they're gonna be a force to reckon with anyway. They got, one of their players got hurt. They're gonna play with a lot of energy and passion. So
do you think they're emotional? Hold on, you think the Bills are emotionally ready now? That's what y'all trying to say?
Well, I think they should be, though. They're going to be if they're mentally, and they got to be physically tough. We know they could do that, but they have to be mentally tough too. And I think they could make it over that hurdle. Especially the fact that
of course they can. Do I think they will? Maybe.
I think they will because look,
sure, yeah, will.
G-Money, I think they will because he didn't pass away or nothing like that. So they could sit there.
Thank God he.
Yeah, he's speaking. They said he's speaking.
Yeah, so they could be like, "Hey, we're going to do this for him. Let's turn it out more."
As I mentioned, though, if KC wins, Buffalo's going to bench their starters because
they'll play for nothing.
So you did it just going to bench his start? Wow.
No, it depends on Kansas City. If Kansas City somehow chokes to Las Vegas, then that's a little bit different.
Well, okay, wait, Mike. Who's winning the Super Bowl then, Mike? He said it don't matter. We all know who's winning the Super Bowl.
We don't know. It could be anyone in the playoffs.
Well, who is that then, Mike? Because it only takes one game.
He's probably going to say KC or Buccaneers.
So what about the Eagles? You think the Eagles are gonna be out just like that, man?
But let's finish the schedule and then we can talk about that. Some of these games we can just skim through. The Vikings are gonna roll through the Bears. They're gonna win that game.
Prince, wait, hold on, Prince. We get the second pick in the draft.
Wait, who gets second pick in the draft?
The Bears.
Oh, the Bears. Oh, good for you, man. You earned it. But all those losses this year, you earned it. Oh my God! He said the Cowboys.
They got the Ravens and you got the Ravens and the Bengals.
Okay, here's another thing too. It all depends on how these games play out because if Buffalo wins and KC wins, then the Bengals don't have anything to play for.
Oh man, Lamont, you too? I'm an Eagles fan. I'm kind of objective to all these Cowboy fans here, man. I call them cowgirls over here. We don't rock with no Cowboys.
Don't let Stephen A. Smith come the cowboy hat, Prince, man.
Man, I'm gonna have to bring on my Eagles gear, man. Don't let me get my Eagles gear out. I'm here in the U.S. I'm not in the Philippines no more. I got my Eagles gear.
A big nugget right there. If Buffalo and Kansas City take care of business, then Cincinnati, this game doesn't really matter for them. The thing about this too, if Cincinnati somehow loses this game to Baltimore and they lose the coin toss, Baltimore gets home field advantage.
I think for right now, I'll say the Bengals. But it depends on how the starters go. But I'll just go with the Bengals for now. We don't know how. It's going to be an unpredictable weekend.
Agreed. Then after that, you got Houston, Indianapolis. No one really cares.
Yeah.
Then you got New York and Miami. Here's the thing: Miami also needs to beat New York and hope Buffalo beats New England, squeak into that 7th seed.
Here's another thing too. Because of what happened on Monday, they're saying that they might add an 8th seed in the playoffs. It's possible.
Very possible. So technically, it's good if you're the Dolphins. It's actually a good thing if you're the Dolphins.
Yo, Lamont said he a bandwagon Cowboys fan. Well,
Prince, here we go.
Check this out. I got a bus, an Eagles bus. We got a seat. You could sit on that seat anytime you want. You can come on our bus. We got better seats. We got television. You get free stacks. We got all that good stuff on our side.
Right. But I want to ask you, Pete, do you think the NFL is going to add an 8th team to the playoffs this year or no? What's your feeling?
Only for AFC, not for NFC.
Only for AFC? Do you think they should do it for NFC too or no?
No, because the only reason why they're doing it is because of what happened on Monday.
Yeah, look, why not? Go. I mean, you got to do something to rectify the situation. So, hey, go for it.
Personally, I don't think they should add an 8th seed because I think a 1st seed should get a bye week. If you're the number 1 seed, you deserve a bye week. So I do not think they should add an extra team.
Right. So if you're the Dolphins, this game might not mean much for. It might also matter for the Steelers because the Steelers are playing the Browns, and I think the Steelers are going to beat the Browns. So yeah.
Right.
And if they do add the 8th seed for Pittsburgh, you also need New York to beat Miami too.
Yeah. And since he's here, let's give a round of claps to G Money because he wasn't into NFL before. Now he's all around sports. Yep. And look at you. You're sitting there talking about the NFL like a pro, man.
Yeah, man. I always liked the NFL going back to Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith. I remember all these guys. Joe Montana.
That's a true guy that loves sports, though. A guy that said, "Hey, I'm not into the sport yet, but hey, I'm willing to, get into it." And now look, he's a fan of it. I love it. We need more sport fans like you. Really,
NFL's been marvelous this year, but
yes,
for Pittsburgh, assuming, let's just put a hypothetical, say the NFL doesn't add an 8th seed for the AFC. I'm just saying a hypothetical. For Miami to get in, they would need to beat New York and hope Buffalo takes care of New England. That's the only way Miami gets in. I'm just saying they don't add an 8th seed.
Here's the thing, though. Tua's out for the season. He's not going to play another game this season because of his concussions.
That's big. Losing Tua is big, though. And the Dolphins have slid it off, falling to hard times, losing 5 in a row. I mean, their defense has been inconsistent. The offense has been bad down the stretch of games. I mean, that's the issue. I mean, they just came off a tough loss to the Pats, losing by 2. So before that, on Christmas Day, lost to the Packers. Had to be up by 10. That's just tough to be the Dolphins right there. So I'm just saying a hypothetical. If they don't add an 8th seed, Miami would need to take care of New York and hope Buffalo takes care of New England.
And Patriots have to lose too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the Pats will have to lose, and the Dolphins will take care of business. Yep. And for the Steelers to get in, and it's so crazy that the Steelers were dead in the water, and now they're reviving like Lazarus. So now they're still breathing. All they need to do is beat the Browns, which they will, and hope the Jets.
I don't think it's gonna be that. Browns are still, even though they're not making playoffs, they're still playing hard. Even last week too, they eliminated the Commanders.
That is true though. That is true. Though.
This shit is fishy because it could go either way, man. The way it's looking out right now.
That is true. But I just think the Steelers are a deeper team. Pickett has been picking apart teams.
Here comes Snoop Dogg, because Snoop Dogg's gonna come in and pound. That's his team right there, the Steelers.
Yeah, and the Steelers have been picking apart teams as of late. I mean, Tomlin has been phenomenal. I think 15 straight years, I think, of having a 500 record or better. He's a great coach, man. Keeping his team afloat. I mean, I think the Steelers beat the Browns. I think I think the Patriots get the last spot. Very possible. Very possible. For Pittsburgh to get in, they need to take care of business and pretty much get help from New York and Buffalo. That's the only thing. Because they're going to need the Pats and the Dolphins to lose, and the Steelers have to take care of business to get in to the final spot. Let's see. New York and Philly. New York and Philly. Giants against.
Oh, I got the Giants that game.
Very possible.
So about the Jets. The Jets, no more Jets fans, man?
No, Jets are eliminated.
Dolphins are being the Jets. The Jets are dead. Jets have lost 5 in a row.
Yeah.
12 straight years not making the postseason.
And Prince, you keep
Insane,
forgetting
right?
this.
Freaking
Wait, hold on,
insane.
Prince. If the
What's
Eagles lose tomorrow and the Cowboys win, they move 5th seed and they have to win every game on the road.
And that's gonna be a
Yeah, I
problem.
know. That's what I'm just saying. I mean,
And it's a possibility that that's
we have a challenge. Yeah, we have a challenge to overcome. But I'm still rocking with them.
and
I think we could pull it out.
I want to throw this out there too. Have you noticed that CBS has done more NFC games this year? Have you noticed that? I mean, think about it. Giants and Eagles are on CBS. Usually that'll be a Fox type game. But have you noticed that
Right.
CBS has done more NFC games this year?
I think it's. I haven't really been paying attention to what channels they are, but I guess you're right.
Yeah, and and in Fox, hey, even Fox is doing more AFC games. They had the Pats and the Raiders a few weeks ago. Now they're gonna do Jets and Dolphins. So that's big of you. That's big of your Fox. So let's see. Giants and Eagles. This is tough. If the Giants play their starters, I have a weird ass feeling they'll beat the Eagles. If not, I'm going with the Eagles. I gotta see
I
what
think
Broughton
is
Hall does.
Hurts playing or no, or is it not confirmed yet?
I don't truly know. I mean, we just have to find out. If he plays, I think the Eagles win. If he doesn't, they lose.
And here's the other thing, Prince. I think his injury is worse than they're making it out to be.
Yeah, it's a shoulder.
You never know. Yeah, you never
That's
know.
big. And not just that. If you also the Eagles, you lose also 5 other key players too. So that's big. That's big.
Yeah.
I mean, no Lane Johnson, Josh Sweat, Avante Maddox, Sean Bradley, and Janarius Robinson. That's big if you're the Eagles there. But we don't know what the Giants are going to do. Do I think they'll play the starters? I don't know. So,
Oh yeah, they've clinched already, right?
yeah, they clinch. Yeah, first time since
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah.
So
It all depends. I think I have a weird feeling the Eagles, because if Minshew's playing, if Hurts plays, I got the Eagles. If Minshew's playing, I got the Giants.
Right. I'm gonna say
The
Hurts.
Giants, yeah.
I'm going to say, you know what? I'm gonna give it to the Eagles. I think Hurts goes out there, tries his best, and think the Eagles beat the Giants. That's my guess. And I think the Eagles clinch that 1 seed. So let's see. And another thing too, I want to throw it out there. The 49ers can get the number 1 seed too. All they need to do is beat the Cards, which I think they will, get the Giants to beat the Eagles, and to get the number 1 seed. The 49ers. That's all they need to do.
Yeah, Eagles.
The
No,
49ers
Eagles
gonna
need to
be
lose.
tough, man. They're gonna be tough, man.
What'd you say?
I
No, I
said the
said in
49ers
order
gonna
for,
be tough.
For the Eagles
Not
to
gonna be
clinch
easy
the
to
1
take
seed,
down, man.
the only thing is for the Eagles to get the 1 seed, they either have to win against the Giants or hope the Niners and Cowboys lose.
Yeah. I think Niners obviously win. I think they win the NFC. I think right now they're too good. I think Brock Purdy is better than Garoppolo, and they have no weaknesses on their team.
Even Debo Samuels, he was injured, but he might come back strong.
I mean, they don't even need him. They still have Ayuk and George Kittle, so
That's true.
they're unstoppable. They have no weaknesses on their team.
That is true. That is true. I just gotta see how Purdy looks in the playoffs first before I say they'll go for it. But they are scary though. And then you have P, you're on there twice.
Yeah, I know. My daddy chain. I do. I
Your
think
connection?
Hold on.
Right.
What about that? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's see. And this
I think
also
you kicked
big,
out Jay.
Yeah, you took Jay out by accident.
Oh,
And for LA and Seattle, I think Seattle wins. For Seattle to make the playoffs, they would need to take care of LA. Hope Detroit beats Green Bay.
Yeah, I have a weird feeling Seattle loses. I have a weird feeling. Because the NFL wants that Lions and Green Bay game to be the win or go home game. So I just have a weird feeling Seattle loses.
Oh, you think they're gonna choke at home to the champs? Wow, very possible. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. I just think they're a deeper team. I think Geno Smith has turned around the season. I think Pete Carroll is a good coach. The Rams this year, they just been hit with the injury bug. I just don't see it, man. I gotta go with the Seahawks, but I could see the Rams winning. Cowboys and Commanders, come on,
Oh,
the
I got
Cowboys are gonna win
Cowboys.
that. Let's
Cowboys
be honest,
winning.
they're gonna win that game. And then the main event of the evening, Lions and Packers.
Oh, Packers.
Packers.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm out of all the teams I'm scared for. I obviously have 49ers winning NFC, but I think Packers could. They haven't lost a game in like 5 weeks.
Crazy. And guys like Watson has been balling. I mean, they just picked apart the Vikings last week.
And here's the thing too: is that Aaron Rodgers doesn't have to play great in order for them to win because they already have a good defense.
Mm-hmm. Another thing too, the Cowboys still have a shot getting a number 1 seed. All they need to do is just beat Washington, hope Philly and San Francisco lose, and they get the 1 seed. So it's a possibility that Dallas can get a first round bye.
Okay, and here's another thing too: if let's say the Niners lose, let's say the Niners lose and Eagles win, and Vikings win, the Packers would play the Vikings, and I'd easily pick the Packers to beat the Vikings. Well, you got if the Packers played the Vikings in the first round, who would you guys have?
That's tough. That is tough.
I'm going with Stephen A's man.
I think the Packers would beat the Vikings. I'm going with Green.
I think same with the Buccaneers too. I think they could beat anyone except the 49ers.
I mean, any team can beat anyone. So you think they will beat anyone except the 49ers. That's a better verb word, right? Any team can beat anybody.
Well, yeah. What I'm trying to say is, if I have to pick which teams, I think the Buccaneers will beat. My prediction is I think I got the Buccaneers, and I think it's going to be Buccaneers and 49ers in the NFC Championship.
Bucks and 49ers, very possible.
Yeah.
I got a question. Am I echoing because I hear myself talking?
No, you're not.
No, you're good. You're good. And another thing too,
Okay, got 2 pages open.
Right. And another thing too, for Detroit, for the Lions to make the playoffs, they got to win at Lambeau and hope the Rams shock the Seahawks.
I'm sorry, they're not beating the Packers. I'll put whatever money you want on Green Bay.
And all the Packers need to do to get in, just get the dub. That's all they need to do. And thank God NBC picked this game. It would have been a travesty they didn't pick this game. So,
well, I think they were originally. I thought it was going to be Jags and Titans, but they moved that to Saturday night.
Which is smart.
But the thing is, though, if Seattle wins, that game is pretty much pointless for Detroit.
Yep. And that makes the game even more funner. If Seattle wins that makes the game even more funner. What do you think?
No. If Seattle loses, it makes that game fun because if Seattle loses, then whoever wins gets in the playoffs. But if Seattle wins,
I get it.
If Seattle wins, then Detroit winning doesn't get them in the playoffs. They're just playing for pride at that point.
I get that.
Yeah.
Because for Seattle to get to the postseason, they got to take care of LA and hope Detroit does the unthinkable. I can't see the unthinkable, but you get what I'm saying. Gets it done in Lambeau for Seattle to get in. So yeah.
Yeah, because if Seattle loses, then that Detroit Green Bay game is a win or go home. It's basically a playoff game at that point.
Oh yeah, kind of like Minnesota and Denver and Minnesota back in 2018 for NBA. You know what I mean? Like home. Yeah. Because usually when it comes to winning go home type games, like in the regular season, it's down to the wire. You don't know who's gonna pull it off. It makes you sweat a little bit. Yeah, your pins on needles. Yeah, if you're.
But like I said, I think no matter what though, whether Seattle wins or I think Green Bay 100%. I'll bet whoever any money they want, Green Bay wins tomorrow or Sunday.
No, it's tomorrow. Today's Saturday, so it's tomorrow.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you think, P? You think Green Bay gets an X into their playoff name, or do you think they end up choking?
I think they get him in. I think they get him.
If they were playing the 49ers, then I'd pick them to lose. But against anyone else, then yeah.
No doubt.
Very, very, very possible. Very, very, very possible. What playoff matchup do you want to see, though?
Oh, there's a bunch. Obviously, Chiefs, Bills.
Oh my God, that's fine.
I wouldn't mind saying KC Bills because, KC Bengals because the Bengals have been owning them.
Mm-hmm.
And then NFC, I obviously want to see Cowboys Eagles, and I want to see Cowboys 49ers. That'd be good too.
True. That would be great. What about wild card? What wild card match do you want?
I want to see Vikings Packers, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be 49ers Packers. I think 49ers lock up the second seed, but I want to.
If it's 49ers, it's 49ers Packers. That's a wrap for the Packers.
exactly, Prince. But I want to see. I'm hoping the Vikings get second seed. So this way we see Vikings and Packers, and that's a divisional matchup too, rivalry. So I take the Packers.
Yeah, and the Niners won the season series against the Vikings. So if you're Minnesota, you gotta take care of Chicago and hope somehow Arizona does the unthinkable.
No, but if I'm the Vikings, though, I don't want to play Aaron Rodgers in the wild card.
I mean, I understand.
I'd rather play the Giants than the Packers if I'm the Vikings.
I mean, I understand that, but personally, for me, you should never try to count your eggs before they hatch. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what can happen. Like if you play the Giants, anything could happen. What happens if Saquon Barkley has a career game?
Yeah, no. All I'm saying is that if I'm the Vikings, though, I'd rather play the Giants than the Packers.
I mean, I understand. I mean, that's true.
No, you're right, G-Man. I'm just saying that I think they have a better chance beating the Giants than they do the Packers.
Oh, that I agree. That you're right.
Because we saw what happened last week against them, and the Packers blew them out.
Mm-hmm. That game was over before it started. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, Pete? Do you think the Vikings should try to avoid the Packers, or you think they shouldn't care if you're Pete?
Well, no, they don't have to avoid the Packers. No, I think that'd be a good matchup.
Okay.
No, P. But if you're the Vikings, would you rather play the Giants or would you rather play the Packers?
Oh,
because the Giants don't have playoff. To be fair, the Giants have no playoff.
I think you know what?
Either.
I'd probably take the Giants. I think I'll play against the Giants more.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's better. It would be better for the Vikings because, like I said, what you're saying is right. You shouldn't put your eggs in one basket, but Vikings have a better chance against the Giants because Giants have no playoff experience, like you mentioned. While Aaron Rodgers he's Aaron Rodgers, so you rather play but Giants could pull up. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants pull an upset, but
that's true. They were they were a whisker away from being the Vikings if it wasn't for a 61-yard field goal. I mean, they were tied, but who knows how that game could have turned out.
I have another question for you guys. How far you guys think Tampa goes?
Let me see.
I hope you don't go too far. Last thing I want to do is see Tom Brady.
I had Dallas going to the Super Bowl. I'll be honest, man. I think they lose to Tampa. I think Dallas is losing to Tampa. They don't beat Tom Brady in the postseason.
I have a good question for Prince. If you're the Eagles NFC Championship, who would you rather see, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
I take Aaron Rodgers.
Or you rather play against Aaron Rodgers than Tom Brady?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So yeah, I don't want to. It's just something about Tom Brady or any team that he's on. They got a good fighting chance, and anything could go wrong. So I don't want smoke with Tom Brady. I think I take smoke with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, let's see. The winner. Let's see. I know the number one seed plays the lowest seed in the conference. So hypothetically speaking, right? Let's break this down, right? Philly's got. I think Philly. Let's assume Philly gets the 1 seed, so that'll be a first round bye, and say San Fran beats. Let's put Green Bay at 7. Let's say San Fran beats Green Bay, so they get 2. They move on. Then you got Minnesota, New York. I think Minnesota would win, and then you got Tampa and Dallas and Tampa. So that means that Philadelphia would play Tampa, and you got San Fran and Minnesota, right, for the divisional round, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have Philly and Tampa, and you have San Fran and Minnesota.
Well, no, this is how it works. It's the best team left, like the 1 seed, right?
Mm-hmm.
They play the lowest seed available. So let's say the Packers somehow upset the 49ers. They play the Packers in the second round. But then if all the high seed teams win, then they'll play the Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like NBA playoffs. It's where basically if you're the higher seed, you play the lowest seed remaining.
Right. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So, thank you for that. Okay. So hype.
Well, hold on for a minute. Well, quick minute. Any one of you guys watching boxing later on today? Today it's already Saturday. No, it's not Saturday yet.
Not much for me, no.
Well, what about you, Shaitan?
I might.
The Tank Davis fight?
No, isn't it Wilder versus Joshua?
I don't know. Today's the 7th, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is Wilder for Joshua. I could swear Tank was fighting today. I think Tank Davis is fighting today, ain't he? I got to double look on that, but I know there's some boxing later on.
I know Wilder's fighting today. I think Wilder wins it.
Oh, yeah, I got Wilder. I think anybody outside of not being Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder has a good chances to beat. I think Tyson Fury is the only guy he really can beat.
Yeah.
Right. So who knows in this potential match if we get Philly and Tampa potentially, and then what, San Fran and Minnesota? How do you think that would turn out in the divisional round?
What's your question again?
Let's say Philly and Tampa met. I'm just saying a hypothetical met in the divisional round, and you got San Fran and Minnesota.
I'm picking Buccaneers.
I'm
I'm not betting against Tom Brady in that game.
And you got San Fran and Minnesota.
That's the thing. It's hard betting against Tom Brady in the postseason. You know, that's why I don't. You know, nobody wants smoke with Tom Brady in the postseason.
And what's it called? Brady, his last game, he played amazing. He threw 400 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Yeah. These were like long touchdown passes, not these short yards.
That's why I said I'd rather face Aaron Rodgers in the postseason because he don't have that much success.
That is true. Yeah. That is true.
But hey, remember Aaron Rodgers beat you that one year, and the year they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. But still, I mean, he ain't Tom Brady though.
True. If they add the 8th seed, that means there has to be one kind of like NBA action, right? If they add the 8th seed for the AFC, you know.
I don't think they do. They were just saying I think they're having a vote on it. The league is having a vote on it. I have a feeling they don't do that.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this, but before anything, when it comes to the NFL, somebody says this guy is the GOAT. Do you look at it like the same way we look in basketball? Like somebody say Tom Brady is a GOAT, but he's a quarterback. Do you factor in the positions or no? Because in basketball, we don't care about.
I rank by position. I don't rank. I rank by position.
And in football, you rank by position.
Yeah, you can't rank a defensive guy. Like, how are you supposed to compare a QB to a linebacker for say?
Exactly. So that's why I was saying, like, what's your guys' criteria for greatest of all time? Because football is more people involved, there's more positions, and it's not like basketball. Basketball, we could say like a small forward is the greatest basketball player of all time, or shooting guard.
For me, MVPs, rings, all-star appearances, all of that.
No. He's asking, do you rank like say Tom Brady or Deion Sanders or whatever? Or he's asking, do you rank like that, or do you just rank by positions?
I'll probably just rank by positions too.
Yeah, because you can't compare a wide receiver or like a QB.
Yeah, that'll just be wrong. Yeah,
right. So that's why I was saying when people say Tom Brady's the greatest football player of all time, you're literally saying he's the best at every position.
No. If I'm a GM and I have to pick one player, though, I'm picking Tom Brady over anyone.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, but that's what I'm saying, though. When you say he's the GOAT, are you saying he's the GOAT above all positions, or are you just really counting quarterbacks?
Well, like I said, if it's a hard question, because if you're asking, like, hey, if you're a general manager and you're picking any player at any position, I'm probably taking Tom Brady.
Okay. That's to start out your team, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but if you was to say Tom Brady's the GOAT, you're literally saying he's the GOAT in all of football, meaning that doesn't matter what position it is. Or you just say, if you clarify it up.
I'm talking about in terms of quarterback, I think he's a GOAT.
Yeah, so that's why when people ask, I could say this guy's the greatest quarterback of all time. I don't really go by GOAT in football, but some of you guys do. That's why I was saying, if you say that, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because you're literally saying he's the best football player in the whole sport, period. Doesn't matter the position.
Right.
I think it's a tough question. Like I said, if I'm a general manager, I'm taking say I could pick any position I want. I'm probably still taking Brady, though, if I'm a general manager in his prime.
All right.
Right. And speaking of all of that, let's look at the AFC. I mean, think about this. Kansas City, let's be honest, they're going to get a first-round bye. Come on. They're going to kill Las Vegas. So you have, Buffalo. Who knows? Buffalo and New England might even see each other in Highmark Stadium a week later. What a coincidence, huh? By next week, though. What
Now, now here's this though. I have a weird feeling the Bengals. If the Bengals and Bills play, I think the Bengals beat them.
Very possible.
I think it comes down to those three teams. But you can't count out the Bengals because they are the defending AFC champions.
Yep.
Yo, who's the greatest wide receiver of all time?
Jerry Rice, easily.
All right, boom. Okay, I just wanted to test the temperature. I got Jerry Rice too.
Jerry Rice and then Randy Moss. Randy Moss is probably number 2 for me.
Okay. What about running back?
Walter Payton, Deion Sanders, and then Jim Brown.
Okay. Walter Payton was a savage. He definitely was a savage.
Who do you think is a dark horse to get deep in the playoffs? Other than Kansas City, Buffalo, and Cincinnati, what team do you think might be a dark horse in the AFC?
I think the Jaguars are pretty good because in my opinion, I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a top star in a few years. I think he's the next Peyton Manning.
Your opinion might be right. Yeah.
And Jaguars have been playing great, so I wouldn't be surprised if they make a run. Chargers, obviously. I don't think the Ravens, if Lamar Jackson doesn't play a single game again, then
they're done. They'll be done.
Yeah. And then the Pats, I don't trust Mac Jones to do anything, so I don't think the Pats get out of the first round. But I think 4, 5, 6 easily have a chance to do something.
True.
Yo, what about Marshall Faulk?
He's probably top 10.
Oh, okay. All right. Marshall Faulk was a savage too. He was one of the guys that they would actually, because I always said NFL don't go by star power, but they were promoting Marshall Faulk as the best player in the NFL. Remember that time frame when they went to the Super Bowl?
Well, they had Kurt Warner too.
Yeah, but he was being marketed as the best NFL player during that season. So that was something groundbreaking at that time, because I never seen the NFL promote one player and say he's the best player.
What's weird? The game is easier, but these players don't have the longevity of the guys back then.
Yeah,
Walter Payton he had like so many seasons where he wasn't slowing down, while you got guys today after 3 years running back, they're done.
Yeah,
I don't get why the players back then had better longevity when the game was harder back then, because back then you could hit people in the head in the helmet.
Oh yeah.
Today.
It's true.
And another rule too. Back then, if you know how today, right? If you throw the ball, you can't hit if you're a defender, you can't hit a wide receiver before he touches the ball. But back then, you were able to hit anyone.
Oh yeah.
So I don't get why some of the players are not putting up crazy stats today compared to the guys back then. That makes no sense to me.
It is kind of wrong, huh?
When the game is a little more easier than it was back then. Like back then, it was more physical than it is today.
Yeah,
but
that's sports in general, though, Chi-Town, because it's just the era we was coming up in. Everything.
But why aren't the stats inflated for these guys compared to the guys back then?
I don't know. That's a good question, because if we're going towards the NBA, stats are definitely inflated.
Yeah, like no one here is putting Jerry Rice numbers,
right,
or Walter Payton numbers, or Deion Sanders Barry Sanders numbers. They're putting up regular numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then a running back is like after 3 years, like Ezekiel Elliott, for example, he's already washed pretty much.
Oh yeah,
same player he was 3 years ago.
I don't know. I guess they got to be a conditioning thing, because it's like with NBA players, they get hurt consistently a lot now.
Agreed.
These wide receivers and running backs should be putting up better stats than guys like Walter Payton and Barry Sanders did, because the game's less physical.
No question, yeah.
Like you see the hits, like back then you could hit a guy wherever you can. Today you can't hit a guy on his head.
Agreed. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can kick someone in the ding dongs, you won't get in trouble. Yeah.
Like back today, they have all these illegal hits, like pass interference. Like they call pass interference on dumb things, and then roughing the pit. Like the rules are a little softer compared to back then. But I don't know why these guys are not putting up the ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, that's a weird question. I don't know why.
Like Walter Payton, like he had so many seasons where he was averaging 1,000 yards. Like today, a player's not putting 1,000 yards for like 4 or 5 straight years. After 3-4 years, a running back is washed.
Yeah, but you know the feedback to this though, Chi-Town, is the fact that since these guys aren't putting up these numbers, a lot of people are going to say it's more harder to play football today than it is back then.
But the rules, you can't hit a guy. Like you can't. like you as a player, right? I can't hit you in the head.
Right.
And then for wide receivers, the pass interference rules, like you could hit a guy before he even touches the ball. Today you can't do that. If the ball's in the air, I cannot hit the wide receiver the way I want. Back then you were able to do that.
Like you're allowed to get a little physical. You could pull on a jersey and all that stuff.
Like if Dan Marino played today, I think he would put up 5,000 yards every single season.
That. Oh yeah.
Very, very possible. Very possible.
But yeah,
but before we go, what Super Bowl matchup do you want to see?
I wouldn't mind the rematch from 3 years ago, Chiefs and 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. Chiefs and 49ers is good.
That was the Super Bowl we saw 3 years ago. The Chiefs won that.
Yeah, and weren't they down double digits and came back and won by double digits? Crazy.
Now, I have a feeling if that rematch happens, I think 49ers win this time.
What about you, G Money?
I would not mind seeing – it's tough. A matchup I would like to see. What about this? Bills and Vikings. I would love to see that. You know how cuckoo crazy what that game was when Justin Jefferson had the awesome catch at the end? And also when Josh Allen bobbled the ball. Yeah, bobbled. He didn't need, and then the Vikings got a touchdown at the end, and then they win the game in overtime.
I'll be honest though, I don't think Kirk is that guy. I think he's a regular season QB. I don't think he's a guy who could carry you to the Super Bowl.
Very possible. I don't think he's gonna carry them deep in the playoffs.
I think because I don't think the Vikings. I think the Vikings probably get out the first round, but I think they lose to either the Eagles or Buccaneers.
Right.
Especially because the Vikings are not a good team on the road. I know they beat the Bills on the road, but they're not a good road team.
Right.
Kirk cannot play in cold weather.
True.
So.
Well, for me, it'll be my Eagles. That's a fantasy. Eagles against anybody, as long as we make the Super Bowl. But if I'm just going to be a little more realistic, I'm going to go probably Chiefs. 49ers is a good one. I like to see Chiefs and Bills play against each other at some point.
Right. But we're talking about Super Bowl, though.
Oh, wait, here's another.
I wasn't talking about Super Bowl for the Chiefs and Bills. I was just saying in general, I like to see that too.
I don't think this is going to happen, but Patriots, Buccaneers, Belichick versus Brady.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
The whole media would shit their pants.
Oh, yeah. That'd be
Imagine the Pats beat the Bucks to imagine that.
No, it would be a legacy game. There'll be coach versus player.
True.
It'd be like Phil Jackson versus Michael Jordan in the finals.
Oh yeah, but you guys wouldn't be pumped up to see a Bills versus Chiefs? I know it's not a Super Bowl match.
Oh yeah.
I would love to see that.
A shootout.
And the Bills trying to.
That game last year was probably the best football game I ever watched in my life.
Hell yeah, that was one of the best games. Awesome. That's why I said I want to see that in this postseason at some point.
And do you think the NFL is going to make the AFC game championship game in a neutral site, or do you think they'll scrap it all together?
No, I think they confirmed that already, right?
I don't know if they did though. I don't know if they did.
Well, at this point, you have to make a neutral site because it's not fair to the Bills or Bengals.
Wow.
Oh, that's true. But what was if somehow the Chiefs lose too soon? Then what? I'm just saying.
Then yeah, at that point, but then even the Bills and Bengals too, that wouldn't be a fair thing either, because either one of those teams, if the Bengals won last week, then they would have been the second seed right now.
That's true.
And they were up 7-3 too, so they were winning the game. So if they had won last week, then they would be the number 2 seed right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man.
What do you think, Pete? What do you think? Do you think the NFL did a good job? Do you think they dropped the ball canceling the game? I mean, as far as not showing the game, let's say.
The thing with that is I can't say what's right or wrong because that's an unforeseen situation. You know, I think they handle it the best way they possibly can.
No, but here's the thing, G-Money. The NFL wanted to continue it. The players didn't want to play. That was the issue.
Yeah, that's true.
The NFL pushed for the game to happen, but the players refused to play, and you can't force the players if they don't want to play.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
See, that just goes to show you that these sports businesses only care about money. Somebody could die on there. They just continue the game.
Yeah, that would be disrespectful and just flat out wrong.
We got investors to pay. We got stocks. We got ratings. Got to stay there. It's all about money.
Yeah, that's true. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying that I'm just saying that sports leagues that do that, that's just disrespectful and flat out wrong.
Oh yeah. No, NFL has always been about the dollar, but what business isn't? I mean, NBA, all these things care about money.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you see LeBron James on, even if the Lakers are losing. He's always going to be on national broadcast because it's LeBron James.
Mm-hmm. And here's another thing, too, that kills me, though. I mean, look at this. Look at this game that ESPN's going to show on next Friday. And tell me if this is the game that they should be showing. Watch this. Look at the first game. Who in the heck wants to watch the Warriors and the Spurs? Why?
Well, they're assuming Steph Curry was going to play. That's why.
And even then, even that's true. Nobody wants to watch the Spurs, you know?
Yeah.
I think Hawks, Pacers, or even Suns, Wolves is a better game. What do you think?
Yeah. The LA and Denver could be good if the Clippers get their act together.
True. What do you think, Chi-Town? You think ESPN should
I don't know why NBA doesn't flex games like the way NFL, like you just flex the games and give someone else the coverage.
Exactly.
You're not gonna lose money if you change the stations.
Exactly. Like, I want to ask you, Chi, do you want to watch the Warriors and Spurs?
I'm not watching that. No.
What do you think the better game? Do you Hawks and Pacers will be a better game, right?
Scroll down.
Games that they should have shown. That's it, really.
Oh, okay. Probably. I guess Minnesota and the Suns would probably be the better choice.
Yeah.
Chi-Town, you get NBA fatigue? You think there's too much games?
Yeah.
Some people have been telling me, hey, man, it's just too much games to watch. And being the fact that I grew up on basketball, I always find that weird a little bit. I be like, hey, I'm used to it. You know, it's just like breathing for me. I'm used to the long game.
For if you had me like 12 years ago,
right.
I used to be pumped up for regular season, but now it's like the way the game's played and it's too watered down now.
Yeah, the way the games are played.
If you asked me like 15 years ago, I would have preferred the NBA over the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like it was not watered down, and I felt like you had more stars back then.
Mm-hmm. But you felt like you was getting a better product, basically.
Yeah. Even I still feel the star power in like the late 2000s when you had so many great teams was way more interesting than today's NBA.
True. And like what Chi-Town says, the NBA doesn't have the balls to flex certain matchups up. Like, look, I know Steph Curry. Well, I mean, we don't even know for sure because it's a possibility he could come back next Friday, but we don't know that for sure. They're going to reevaluate him today. Maybe he doesn't come back. But even Curry does come back, who in the living hell wants to watch the Spurs? Why? Like, I like Pop, but who wants to? Other than all three of us, I don't think the NBA fan could name like 5 players on that team on the Spurs.
Well, this is why their ratings are dropping every year. They have horrible ratings now.
Right, because they don't realize what teams are showing.
Like what's it called? WWE SmackDown is getting more ratings than NBA.
Exactly.
Really?
I remember I checked. It was like because WWE SmackDown is on Fridays.
Yeah.
One of my friends was telling me that the WWE beat NBA in ratings. That should not be happening.
Agreed. And another problem I have with the NBA, like you said, the rule changes also. And if this is just me, I just think it's just the bad matchups they're showing. Just the terrible matchups they're showing. The Lakers being on TV. I know LeBron's trying to surpass Kareem, but come on, man. Nobody wants to watch the damn. I know the Lakers are playing better as of late. But personally, for me, I don't want to watch the damn Lakers though. Like there's other teams you show.
Like I'll be honest with you guys. I don't really watch I watch some games here and there, but I don't really get into it until the All-Star break.
Agreed.
For NBA.
Yeah, G Money. Lamont said nobody wants to see the Lakers in the first round. Do you agree with that? Or Lakers are a playoff matchup nightmare?
It depends who they see. What happens if they play? I'm just assuming every team is healthy. What happens if they play like a healthy Warriors or a healthy Clippers, or you know what I mean?
They're kind of like the Packers in the NFL.
Yeah, it depends.
But you know what? Some of these teams, if both of these teams are healthy, I still see the Lakers giving some people problems. I don't see Denver beating the Lakers at all in the 7-game series.
Yeah, I just think the Nuggets are just deeper than the Lakers, though.
I don't see them beating them. I think the Lakers beat them in the 7-game series.
What do you think, Shai? If the Lakers play the Nuggets in the first round, who do you think would win that? I'm just hypothetically speaking.
If everyone's healthy, I think that's tough, man. Because I think Denver has they have better depth, but I think Jokic and AD would be a hard matchup. I mean,
that's true. Jokic does struggle with AD. That's true.
I don't think Jokic would be able to guard AD, and then AD would give Jokic problems on defense too. So
that is true.
I think
basically, Jokic would decline a little bit, but AD and LeBron will still be AD and LeBron. So that's a problem.
Denver has a better
role players. You have Jeff Green, who's played well. Bruce Brown's played well in the playoffs. I mean, you have Bones Highland. Who knows? He can ball out this year in the postseason.
It all depends on how if the Lakers are going to get hot into the postseason, and but if they're like barely getting in, then I'll take Denver. But it depends on how they go into the playoffs, because when it comes to playoffs, it's about which team is hot.
That is a good point. And every team, when you're in 1 through 8, every team has a chance to win a championship.
Yeah,
1 through 8.
I think in all sports too, if a team's hot right now, then you can't stop them. It's all about who's hot going into the playoffs.
And look who's hot right now for some of these teams. I mean,
what about Lakers and Warriors?
Assuming health, Warriors. Oh, you think the Lakers will beat the Warriors?
Yeah, Warriors don't have any rim protection. Who's guarding AD on that team?
That is a good point, though. That's a good point. The Warriors bench just suck, though.
If the Bucks played the Warriors in the finals, I think the Bucks would have won that in 6 games, 5 or 6 games.
That's a good point.
The only team I think. Yeah. I'm sorry to cut you off, G-Mud, but the only team I think that could really give the Lakers problems in the postseason is probably either Memphis or Phoenix by their playing style. That's
Clippers,
about it.
Clippers too.
And Clippers too.
Oh no, I don't know, man. I'm Clippers. I'd be 50-50.
Memphis might be too fast for LA. I think Memphis would be too fast for LA, though.
Yeah, Memphis got too much depth. That's why I think Memphis will run the Lakers off the court.
You know, here's another thing too. I don't get why teams, when they're playing the Warriors have a history of having bad rim, except for when they had Andrew Bogut. They don't have good rim protection. I don't know why teams always try to outshoot them, and so it's just attacking the paint.
It's just wrong. Yeah, I agree, man. It's just wrong.
They have their rim protectors, Kevon Looney.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
all you have to do
is money. It's a sign of the times. The Warriors are blasting threes, so they say, "Oh man, we in trouble. We need to match them. Let's get some threes too." That's the state of mind. That's what they think.
You're beating the Warriors is just attacking. You have to attack the paint because they don't have anyone down low.
I know. And you're right. You're speaking the right way to beat them, but I'm telling you, most people probably feel the fact that they 3 is more than 2. We got to match.
The reason why the Mavericks lost to the Warriors in the conference finals is because they're just taking too many threes.
Same with the Celtics too. Celtics.
Just attack the rim. They don't have anyone down there.
Or take mid-range shots at least.
It's not like they have when they had Andrew Bogut. Yeah, he was a solid rim, but they don't have any. Even when KD was there, they had Zaza Pachulia down there.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's just a bailout shot. The 3 is the bailout shot. You don't have to do that much work. You can pull up from half court.
How teams don't understand the way to beat the Warriors is to attack the paint. Don't try to outshoot them.
And that's what the Raptors did in 2019. They were going to the hole at will. I know
you're not going to outshoot them.
Right. But look at the Eastern Conference. I mean, Brooklyn's just under Boston. Schneid's only a game behind Boston. I mean, Milwaukee, again, they got smoked by Charlotte. They're the 3rd seed right now. Cleveland, they've kind of been up and down. I mean, Cleveland had won 8 out of 11, but they lost to Denver. They're right there. Man, look at this. You got New York and Indiana, 2 teams who were uber disappointed last year, turning things around this year. I mean, look at this.
I'm not impressed with the Brooklyn Nets regular season because I suspect them to do that. I want to see what they're going to do in the postseason.
Good point. I agree.
Yo, it was nice talking to you guys. It's late over here, so I'll catch you guys on that next one.
All right, we about to get up out of here anyway. I just let y'all get y'all closing arguments in.
All right, man. All right. One thing to go. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Nice to see you again, Chi-Town. Happy holidays, man. Happy New Year to you, man. Nice to see you again, P.
No doubt.
To you. Nice. Happy holidays to everyone. Cool, guys like Kid Trunk, Who Facts, Lamont, Jay, Stay
T,
safe.
we
stay
can't forget
healthy.
about T.
And T, and everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong,
Oh
survive
yeah,
the pandemic.
Prince, I put my thing on the private chat, so you could just hit me up with a text.
Yeah, I
man.
got both. I got both of you guys. I'm gonna hit you
Okay.
up with a text when I'm done.
All right,
Okay.
thank you, man.
All right.
Thank you. Peace.
Have a good one.
Good night.
All right, y'all. Okay, now we're truly out of here. We've been on for 3 hours. I haven't been on in a while, so 3 hours is a good time to be on when you haven't been on in a long time. So nevertheless, peace. Everybody have a good one. We out. Hold on, let me just get out of here again if I can. That's the problem. Some of this thing just keeps acting frozen. Okay. Almost done. All right, just save that.